Welcome to the Perth Footy League's A-grade match of the day. Today we are broadcasting from Gil Fraser Oval as North Fremantle take on Kingsway. We thank our Perth Football League major sponsor, Carlton United Breweries, and of course our broadcast sponsors, Dartfish, Filming Footy and Sports Interactive. Now please welcome your commentary team, Cam, The Voice, Robbins, Ward Harris and Brett Mayo.
Welcome to Gil Fraser Oval, round 9 clash between North Fremantle and Kingsway. My name's Cam Robbins, joined in the commentary box once again by Ward Harris. Good afternoon, Ward.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Absolutely, and got an absolute superstar joining the commentary box here in Brett Mayo. Former involved with Subiaco in 708 and also Whitford senior coach as well. Welcome to the team there, Brett.
Thanks, Cam. Quite an intro, mate. Thanks, Ward. It's great to be on board. Looking forward to today and getting amongst it.
Just for the listeners, mate, just a little bit about your background and involved in footy.
I played I grew up country Victoria, played a little bit of senior footy there and hit the road and played a little bit of footy in Cairns and Darwin and ended up in Kalgoorlie playing for the Boulder City Footy Club, who turned 125 this year, and we had a function last weekend for it and played the majority of my football there as a player and then on board as a player coach and then finished as a non-playing coach before we moved to Perth at the end of 2006.
Fantastic, and obviously that experience, Ward, gives you and me a bit of a rest, doesn't it, really? Because no doubt the listeners have been putting up with us for the first 8 weeks.
No, definitely right. I chime in occasionally, mate, but you had the illustrious task of calling the last Kingsway game by yourself, mate, which would have been a tough task for you. So great to have Brett on board and an extra voice than both of us.
Absolutely. Looking forward to these games. As we said before, Ward, we've seen Kingsway 3 times this year in round 2, 4 and 8. Winning only one of those in Curtin Uni Wesley, but I saw them last week against University. The game there was absolutely fantastic. They went down by 5 points, but a ripping game. They're currently sitting 4th with 4 wins and 3 losses. And a huge in is Ben Reid. Played Subiaco League footy 2 weeks ago and he's back having a kick with Kingsway this week. Yeah,
look, it's interesting, isn't it? We noticed on North Freo, I think they've got a young guy as well that's on a waffle list. So with these waffle buys, it's really good for the amateur competition to see some, talented guys that are in that waffle system coming back and supporting local footy.
Absolutely. Look at North Fremantle too. We've seen them once this year, didn't we? Well, that was the first game against North Beach. They were in the contest early, weren't they? But ultimately, they went down by 42 points, and North Beach are sitting on top undefeated at the moment. So, North Fremantle, they're sitting 7th with 3 wins and 4 losses, and they beat Collegians last week by 25 points there. They're coming off some good form as well, North Fremantle.
Yeah, look, it probably shows the depth of the competition. We spoke about Kingsway, and we've seen them 3 times so far. Look, we probably rate them as one of the better sides in the competition, but 4 wins, 3 losses at the moment. You've got Curtin Uni, North Freo. Look, all teams around the same, win-loss kind of thing. And it's getting to that time of the season where a win here or there is actually going to make a big deal as far as the ladder goes. So, look, I think we're set up for a really good game of footy today.
And also, fairly interesting result 2 weeks ago is Wembley actually smacking last year's Premier Scarborough. So, massive surprise there.
We wouldn't have seen that one coming the week before that.
We saw Curtin Uni Wesley, didn't we? And they got their pants pulled down there. They weren't all that flash. But well done on Wembley getting the game. And they got Collegians. The late game this afternoon at 4:10. So going around the grounds this week, we have Trinity Aquinas versus Fremantle CBC, Curtin Uni Wesley versus Scarborough, Uni versus North Beach, probably the match of the round, I reckon. That's going to be a ripping game. And like I said, Wembley Collegians that Pat Goodrich over at 4:10. So I might even go down and have a sneaky little frothy on the way home down the way.
That doesn't sound like you, mate. Surely
so
not.
That should be. And next week, guys, we're seeing Fremantle CBC versus Scarborough at Fremantle CBC. So that should be a very good game. And also, once again, keeping keeping us honest. Haley on the right, doing a fantastic job all year, and also Jack doing the filming. So this game, guys, there's not much weather here, but it's 6:16 to 4-3, Brett. Not all that good kicking, is it?
No, it's a little bit surprising. It's for those that aren't here, it's a beautiful day in Fremantle, and it's always been a bit of a tricky ground to play at Gil Fraser. So the home ground advantage, I think, is certainly in the favour of North Fremantle today. And as you alluded to earlier, it's a game where one's 4-3 and the other's 3-4, and it can be a big difference to their season and hopefully playing finals. So we expect a cracking contest.
Absolutely. From your perspective, Ward, who's probably the main game players for Kingsway? I mean, who the players they look forward to?
Yeah, look, they're pretty good right the way across the park. Their forward line, when it's going really well, is really dangerous. Furmark, been excellent from up forward. Yeah. Kyle Halligan, who's obviously out injured today, unfortunately, super player there as well. Then through the middle of the ground, they've got the captain Rowan Brooks, very, very good in the middle. The two Nylander twins, both pretty handy as well. And young Chad Barnes off half-back, who just uses the ball so well. So some real class right the way across the ground. And look, they're going to be a challenge today. North Freo, can you remember any of the guys from that first round that we
Probably the first
saw?
game, I think, probably Jack Perham, I think. The former Fremantle player. Ward, he was pretty impressed as up forward, isn't he? Also, pinch hick in the ruck, he did very well. And also Jack Micro, the captain, I think, hard-nosed footballer running off the half-back and through the midfield as well. They all seemed okay. But I think the home ground advantage might suit North Fremantle, but pound for pound on paper, probably Kingsway look the better side. But half the game is above your head, isn't it? It's not out on the ground. So once again, North Fremantle hospitality. They won the cook-off last year for the Perth Footy Live, and straight away they come here. Brett, we don't usually get. Maybe you've had some influence because
that's right.
Brett's been here one week and they've turned up with an esky. So thanks very much for the hospitality for North Fremantle Footy Club, and thanks very much for looking after us, putting in a really nice high spot here, looking at the game. So reserves game here. North Fremantle are doing very well. It's 7-16 and Kingsway 4-3. Getting back to the big end for Kingsway and Chad Barnes coming back from a calf. He had so much run and carry off the half-back flank and the wing, doesn't he? Former Subiaco reserves player, but he's just all class.
Oh, look, really, really handy player for him. Did he end up playing against Uni?
Late pull out, so he's ready to go and did his calf again on the Thursday night. So,
jeez.
So yeah, bit of a big loss there. So as the North Fremantle boys head in underneath, they're looking pretty up and about, the lads.
I think in a game like this, gents, just that one inclusion of Ben Reid can really make the difference at times, and that can have a big impact on North Fremantle's season. So there's a young guy called James Eccles that I'm looking forward to having a little bit of a look at. He spent some time at Subiaco as well, and floated in out of reserves footy, so they're normally in pretty good physical condition when they're doing that, and potentially could have some sort of impact today.
Well, Brett, he was close to winning the best on the ground last week, actually. The young fan Ryan Donaldson probably got my vote for University, but Eccles, he was probably the second best on ground. He's just sweeping ability off the half-back flank, reads the ball so well, uses the ball extra well, makes smart decisions from that half-back flank. He was very good last week, but overall Ryan Donaldson, hopefully he played himself in the States. So we've seen him a couple of times, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
And surprised hasn't been at a waffle list. The kid's only probably 21.
Yep.
Obviously a smart kid going to university, mate. They don't hand university degrees out and Weddy's packets down at Woolworths, mate. So he's got some talent. And also, he's originally from Bustleton, played junior footy for Wembley Downs while he boarded and went to high school. Yep. And it'd be interesting to see how many players from both sides actually get in the state side too. So looking forward to that game come up in July, the WA countryside, Brett. Play the amateurs, play the WA Metro, play the country. So good bit of initiation between those two sides.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great opportunity for the country to test themselves against the best of the amateurs. So is that an under 23 game?
I believe. I thought it was an open game, is it?
Oh, it might be, yeah. Have to get the clarification. Usually they've been, because I know Dave Armstrong was very strong on, had a very good story. He's telling me when they presented the jumpers this year, the start of the competition, as the siren goes, North Fremantle won this reserves game 7-17 to 4-3. And those stages it was open, so Victoria had half the people retired from the AFL, VFL running around playing WA. Yeah. It was about 46-23 to a point, so just smashed them. And then that's what they said, let's try to equalise the competition to make it an under-23 competition, and that's what happened. But it might be a little bit different due to COVID situations and no carnival might be open this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll wait and see there. I mentioned to you just before we jumped on air today, I reached out to a state coach in Darren Young to say, hey, look, me and Cam have seen a fair bit of A-grade footy this year. If you need a chairman of selectors or something like that, we'd quite happily put our hands up. But,
Man,
really
what's his
good
background,
coach.
Ward?
So Youngie, he's, been the coach down at Bassendean for, I'm not even sure now, I'm going to say maybe the last 5-6 years.
Yep.
I had him as a line coach up at West Perth, just in our Colts program.
Yep.
He's an educator, he's a teacher or head of sport out at Ellenbrook Senior High School.
Yep.
And look, just a really, really, really good coach, but an even better bloke. So I think he's a perfect fit for that role with the state team. And look, I wish him all the best of luck, and it's a big congratulations to him.
Yeah, absolutely. As the Kingsway boys run out on the, so we're trying to find number 19 for Ben Reid. Okay, so he's out there.
Just out the front.
He's out there.
Yep.
So yes, got some bit of a talent there at the moment, Kingsway, haven't they? And they always try to keep us honest, don't they, when they try to get your teams for this. And a couple of
jumping numbers here and there.
Not there, right. So unfortunately, we'll have a crack at the numbers as we go. But there's been a few little changes in there because I've got the teams list here. There's no, I think there's no 25. So that's interesting. We'll have to get that number in a minute.
Bit of ducks and drakes, mate. I like it.
Yes, but that's good, isn't it? And Shane Woden, good pickup coaching, Brett, down here for North Freo.
Well, absolutely. A wealth of footy knowledge, and I suppose coming back to this level, it's a credit to himself and his family as well. It's a time-consuming sport, football. So after his involvement and his schedule over the last 20 years, it's great to see him down at the amateur level and obviously having a bit of an impact on North Freo, who I think are some chance today at home ground and a vital game for them. Otherwise, they might just fall a little bit too far behind the main group.
Actually, the last game they had down here was versus Scarborough, and they absolutely smashed Scarborough. So just that physical, strong bodies, and they did very, very well. So
been a bit of a fall for grace from Scarborough this year.
Yeah, well, like last year they just stuck into the top 5, didn't they? And then they end up beating the highly fancied North Beach, Brett. So they went through only losing a couple of games, but obviously it's a restricted number of games due to COVID. But just Scarborough, me and Ward called that game out there, and they were just unbelievable, weren't they?
They were really, really good that day. Yeah, a couple of their forwards, I think it was Antonio and McPhee, they were running amok out there. They were a pretty dangerous team on their day.
Yep. And even Woden too, mate. Shout out to his wife. She was the cook who won the cook-off last year in the
absolutely sensational, wasn't it? Yeah. I still sit there and think about the stewed beef lasagna. So it was it's right in the memory banks, mate. So yeah.
And this club too, North Fremantle, one off, if not the oldest AFL club in Australia.
Yeah.
North Freo. You go down in the memorabilia,
yep,
atmosphere down there, and also the main borough of all these old photos back in 90. They were part of the Waffle when they first started. So a lot of history behind them, Brett. And obviously you're playing in the Kalgoorlie region, mate. History breeds history, doesn't it? And it's just fantastic to see that still resonating through this footy club down here.
Yeah, absolutely. This seat we're sitting on feels 150 years old.
It does, mate. Yeah, the old back's going to be good.
Could be a long afternoon. Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's great that when you have the opportunity to get back to your club and have weekends where you can celebrate an anniversary like Boulder had last year, and I'm sure, as you said, North Fremantle, extremely old club, and hopefully they get good support down here today, and it's on such a beautiful day, you might as well be outside.
Absolutely. What about the Fremantle game, Fremantle and Gold Coast, Ward?
Oh, look, I noticed it started before, mate. I haven't seen a score yet, but I'll find that for you. I actually thought it was on this afternoon. Oh, sorry, later on this evening. But look at quarter time. Looks like Freo 2-2-14, Gold Coast 1-3-9. So a nice low-scoring affair there to start
Injury
the day.
depleted Fremantle, aren't they?
Yeah, they're knocked around a little bit there, and I'm not sure if Matty Rowell ended up getting up for
okay. Might
Gold
have been
Coast
laid out,
today. I'm not sure. So, look, he would have been a big in for them as well if he did come in.
Interesting coup by Gold Coast a few years ago. They picked up a young fella, number 27, called Will Power. Played 4 games of Colts for Claremont. Colin Young, because his son, actually Brandon, played junior footy with him, Will Power. So watch this kid playing juniors for Scarborough, and played 3 or 4 Colts games for Claremont. Probably at the beginning of the year couldn't even get a Colts game for Claremont. Size of his dad, he's about 6'4", and they took a punt in the Gold Coast. Bit of a surprise. I think the second round of top 20 picks. Who's this guy, Will Power?
Yeah, I remember. I think he went 19th, it might have been.
And how good's he going? He's finished top 3 in their F&B last year.
Yep.
He's just signed on for another 3-year contract over Gold Coast. He's bought himself a house. He's a friend of my nephew, and he's just living the dream, like surfs, and it's just good, obviously, for talent. Sometimes, the kid might miss out on the development squad or the state 17s or 19s, but they get the opportunity to have a game and someone sees something in them, and the rest is history.
Yeah, it was a great recruitment. I think Rod Willett was the
spinner.
What might have been the Gold Coast rep at the time. I think there was a lot of kids that age that probably were a bit surprised where he came from, but his courage in the half back line for Gold Coast is unbelievable. He's still lightly framed. I love the way he goes about his footy. And look at the mid-season draft this year. Jai Newcomb.
How good was he from Hawthorn
last
night?
He plays last night and lays 14 tackles in his first game. There's talent out there, and we don't have to be just an 18-year-old superstar. We need to look further at the 22, 23-year-olds with the mature bodies that are ready to jump out of a waffle or a Sandful or a VFL and do what he did last night.
And shout out to my former neighbour in Gwelup, young Jake South for Subiaco. He's made the squad for the 19 as the state is, I think, the pick 4 under-19s players in the squad, and young Jake South, and number 1 ruckman for Subiaco, he's made it, so he's absolutely fantastic. He's only played footy for really competitively for 5 years. He's basketball. Never been part of any development squad, but the kid's 199 centimetres now, and he's like a Brodie Grundy. He just wins the ball the contest, and he's averaging 30 hit-outs and 17 touches, and he got the Guernsey. So shout out to you, Jake.
Congratulations, well done, matey.
Good on him. As umpires make themselves, the goal umpires out on the ground, seeing the huddles of the respective sides. So in the black and white, they're North Fremantle, and in the green are Kingsway. Brett's gone with the home side, North Fremantle. I'll have to actually go against you, Brett. I think Kingsway too much talent for mine. They'll probably bring home the lollies, and I think, Ward, you're also going with Kingsway.
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be a real close game there. Probably Perham, how they end up looking after him today. I think that's going to make a bit of difference if they can keep him quiet and win that midfield battle. Kingsway should be way too strong today.
Do you reckon Creeper might take him, Perham?
I think so. He's been jumping in the ruck a little bit as well, but it's mainly the two Bestry boys that seem to be in the ruck, but that'll be a good matchup if that's Creeper on Perham.
Like I said, Kingsway got so many talent up forward as well. Furmark, he's been very, very good, and Halligan's good's down there as well. They've got so many different options up there, and Brett also picked up James Eccles, like I said before earlier. His ability to run and carry off a half-back flank, he sets up the play in the back half of the ground, and now Chad Barnes comes into the contest, although he's starting on the bench here, Chad Barnes, so interesting to see he's starting on the bench, but he's a very good player and set for a very good game, and hopefully the weather holds off, and should be a fantastic game here at Gilfrazel Oval. Not much breeze at all.
No, it's a very still day, and I think it looks like North Fremantle might be kicking from where in the grandstand or to the right of the screen as the players make their way to their positions. I see Jack Perham has positioned himself deep forward. He's a good size, good lump of a lad.
Looks like Ben Reed's going to get to him. That could be a good matchup. He's going down that way.
Great matchup.
Not a matchup. Could be Ben Reed or could be Luke Adamson. We'll see. It's Adamson, so he gets the first go at Perham, and we're about to start the middle of the ground. Thanks for your company, Karen Robbins, Ward Harris and Brett May doing the calling for this afternoon. We're about to get underway. Doing the ruck work is going to be Nicholas Watson for North Freo and Bestry for Kingsway. Ball comes to the ground. Kingsway through the contest. That play head over the ball is Reece Waters. He's socked off there and got his own ball. Kicks the centre half forward. Lace up 1-on-1. Just about a good strong mark been taken by Furmark. Comes to the ground. Numbers around the footy. North Fremantle very good through traffic. That player was Liam Porter on the left, but turned it straight over the hands of Rowan Brooks. Brooks on the right, good spoil at the back. If it comes out here, Furmark could be away. Good pressure by the North Fremantle defender. Keeps the ball in play. Don't know why he did that. Falls in the hands of Luke Halligan. Halligan's done there. How do you do around the left? And it's taken about 35 seconds for a goal for Kingsway with Luke Halligan. And what the hell was going through that defender of
match of the day.
Bring the ball
Today we are broadcasting
panic on the line
from
there.
Gil Fraser Oval as North Fremantle.
Part of the play at the moment. You panic. So you see AFL players panic down deep, and he's made an error there, and it's cost his team the early goal.
Yeah, and look, the one thing we noticed straight away is just it was a reminder how good Kingsway are and how dangerous they are in that forward line there. Guys like Furmark and young Luke Halligan goes and kicks an absolute beauty on his left, and one goal to Kingsway already.
Yeah, a great clearance by Reece Waters. Strong over the footy and just and burst away.
It'll be a good addition to the stateside. It's in the middle of ground once again. Bestry brings the contest. North Fremantle have it. Chews off the ball once again by Waters. Kept his foot. North Fremantle kicked the ball to the half-forward flank. Good spoil over the tap by Ben Reid. Good addition to the side for Kingsway. Handball was fantastic over the top. Falls in the hand of Palumbo. Palumbo around the corner. Taking a good contested mark is the Kingsway defender, Rowan Brooks. The captain, the veteran. Kicks on the far side, trying to find the teammate over there in Brad Waters. Good mark by Waters. Taking his time, looking at his options there. Kingsway, they can switch the play and they do effectively and finds James Eccles. The play we talked about before is trusting the left foot. Eccles can switch the play again, goes to Nick Reid. And here is the Subiaco player. Lowers his eyes, kick to space was fantastic. Hit his teammate Lace out there in 25. Don't know his number there, so you're number 25 at the minute. Bring the ball in the contest. Running there was Brad Cooper on the right. Drew the handball over the top. Good passage of play by North Fremantle. The kick was ordinary though, under no pressure. And to tell you what, it's out of bounds on the full. Should have done a lot more with that, Brett.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Sometimes it can be just a little bit of voice around the contest to help you as well.
So there's Eccles once again. Umpire said you've got to have that kick again. This kid just uses the ball so well. Seems to have a lot of time to do what the ball. So here he is, James E. Eccles. Decides to play on. Lowers his eyes. Good kick and finds Chad Barnes. Straight on the ground with Barnes. He decides to play on. Oh, it's an ordinary kick by Barnes. He's turned the ball straight back over and hit Lace out, the opposition player in Matt Jackson. He decides to switch the play and finds his teammate Jack Follett. Tucked away in the halfback flank is Follett. Umpire's called play on, so he decides to switch the play and it's a good kick. They can break out again all by himself. Over here is that player there in Jack Micro. As Micro goes back on his left. Full risky kick.
Yeah, great forward pressure from the Kingsway team.
And Adam Feeney marks the ball in the back pocket. It's Adam Feeney. Not much options. He decides to go straight down the half-back flank to no one in particular, but running on the contest area, Ben Fraser. Fraser and the goal boundary umpire says, give the ball to me. Good start by both sides there, Ward.
Yeah, look, both sides seem to be just feeling each other out at the moment. Look, both happy to try and switch the ball and, open up the game a little bit. But it's been a pleasing start for both teams.
So Nicholas Watson doing the ruck work. He's out-rucked by Bestry. Brings ball to the contest. Handball was okay. Good tackle by the North Fremantle player. Lucky it wasn't a throw. Hitting the fist on the ball was Alexander Barton. Barton's on the top of the ball as well with Barnes. Through traffic was fantastic. Flicked the ball in the handball. But well done by North Fremantle. Chips the ball over the top was Watson on the left. Barnes somehow brings the ball to the centre half forward position. Oh, Fermat just about takes a good mark. North Fremantle crumb very well. They kicked the ball under pressure. Good contest then by all players. One of those there was Waters. He's in between traffic. Falls in his hand from outside 50. And minor point already. He's showing a lot of tricks as Reece Waters there.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't lost any touch and he looks in fantastic condition. He's got a really strong core, so he's hard to tackle and knock over.
Yeah, very strong. So early stage of the first quarter.
A lot of play down the Kingsway end so far. North Fremantle they've boxed in heavily. Yep.
So North Fremantle will bring the ball out. Deciding to play on there is Matthew Hill. Great kick. Hill gains a lot of meterage there. Good contest by both players. Lucky it wasn't marked to Perham. He decides to somehow chisel the ball on his left foot. Gains a few metres. There's Chad Barnes at the far wing. Kept his feet well, but too close to the boundary line. The umpire says, give the ball to me. So we've just gone 4:54. Kingsway 1-1-7. North Fremantle has yet to score. And thanks again for your company. Brett Cam Ward Show this afternoon. Well done. Brings the ball to the ground was Bestry. Good contest once again being by the Kingsway players. One of those was Brody Kyle. The umpire said, ball's going nowhere, give the ball to me. So umpire throws the ball up. Well done once again by Bestry. Brings the ball into the middle of the corridor, overrunning it. Chain of handball was okay, but put his player in under extreme pressure. Falls in the hands of Brad Cooper. Cooper on his left, kicks around the far side, and there's Nick Reid. I think he'll just take that mark, and he does. Bit of experience in the waffle there. Brett, I would have thought, from Reid.
Yeah, great movement. Well read the play a lot better than the other players out there.
And there he is once again, going to the contest. 25, don't know his number. Kick was okay. To the half-forward flank position, trying to get Fermark. He's outnumbered 2-on-1. Good effort by Fermark. Put some pressure onto the players, but the numbers are with North Fremantle through Alexander Barton. He's dealt with behind play and will be the recipient of a free kick. Pretty good effort by then, Furton there, Ward. Outnumbered 2-1 and brought the ball to the ground.
No, he did really well. Look, the pressure right the way across the ground by Kingsway's been really good. As Brett said, they seem to be structuring up really well. And North Freo here just really struggling to get much meterage apart from just bombing it up the ground.
As Nicholas Watson brings the ball to the ground for North Fremantle. Kingsway have the numbers here. One of those players will be Trey Kennedy. Through traffic was okay, right in front of the North Fremantle interchange bench. Good through traffic was a North Fremantle play there, and Matthew Hill had it when he didn't have it. It'll be a free kick to Jackie Diggle for North Fremantle. No love lost there between Halligan and also Stephen. So here he is, kicks the ball down the line, does Jack Diggle, trying to find Perrin, outnumbered 2-on-1. Brawl comes to the ground. Good effort then by Putland, but he's tackled very heavily by the defender there in Chad Barnes. The umpire says give the ball to me. Probably the first really attacking thrust they've had so far, Brett.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see if North Freo can now contain it in their forward half as well as Kingsway did.
So bounce umpire throws the ball in. Doing the work there is Putland, brings the ball to the ground, trying to find his teammate there in Diggle. But Kingsway pushed the ball through the middle of the corridor, setting up well behind the play. Furmuck hit the contest extremely hard. Good second effort by Furmuck. He's caused this turnover. Great effort by Furmuck. Second, third effort by him, and another tackle. Take a bow there, Braden Furmuck. It was very good, but North Fremantle chiseled the ball forward to the half-forward flank. Outnumbers here the 2-on-1. If it stands up, North Fremantle might be okay, but it doesn't. Hotly pursued by that player we mentioned before in Jamesy Eccles. So the boundary umpire says, give the ball to me. We're going 7:51. Kingsway 1-1-7. North Fremantle are yet to score.
And just the pressure across the ground from Kingsway still been really, really good so far. We watched Furmark there, was his third and fourth efforts. Absolutely exceptional.
Rucklock was fantastic. Jack Diggle was very good on the left. And good strong mark attacking the footy with that player we mentioned before the game, Perrin, Jackie Perrin. That ruck work was Nicholas Watson over the top to Jack Diggle, Diggle to space to Perham, and a fantastic passage of play for North Freo.
Yeah, really, really good there. Look, Nick Watson, he was the player we mentioned from North Freo that's coming off a waffle list. I'm pretty sure he's South Freo listed at the moment. Started the season down there. But look, he could have an influence, as could this man kicking on goal.
And he just pushed that ball to the left. There's definitely no bruise there to talk about, so should have done a lot more with that, Jackie Perham, but a very, very good attacking play by North Fremantle. I think the coach, Shay Woden, will be pretty happy with that passage of play, Brett.
Yeah, and I think early on, but the feel of the game is North Fremantle are going to have to take their chances, so he probably needed to do a little bit better then.
So Kingsway through Nick Reid, just puts that ball, tries to bring rain. Eccles stands under it. Comes on the ground once again by the ruckman there in Nicholas Watson. And the field umpire says, give the ball to me. Right in front of the commentary box right here. Over the high. Umpire, good decision there. And Jordan Bestry, one of the Bestry boys out here this afternoon, Jack, and also Jordan. This is the ladder Jordan. Kicks the ball down the line. Tried to find his brother. He should have marked that. Matthew Hill, once again, through traffic was very good. There's a 2-on-1 over here. North Fremantle could be out here if it stands up, and it does. Mitchell Anderson, who's met very heavily and high, I think it would be the recipient of the free kick. And Mitchell Anderson has the opportunity to put North Fremantle forward. Lowers his eyes, and a good kick finds his teammate all by himself. Good passage of play here, North Fremantle. And find the player over there, Reed Hinton. He lowers his eyes to the centre foot, trying to find Perrin again. Strong hands, Perrin. Just smart. Great mark.
Really good, wasn't it? It was just interesting to see how North Freo, once they're able to, put a little bit of width in there and give their players a little bit of room to move, open up that beautiful pocket for Perham to run into, and those strong hands and experience gets another set shot on goal.
So Perham, 45 metres out. Good kick off, boot. That's better. Straight through the high diddle. First goal to North Fremantle and first goal to Jack Perham. Just the last minute or so, Brett, I think North Fremantle are starting to get their game plan. They're starting to really control the game over here at the moment.
Yeah, I look, they, as Ward alluded to, they just spread the ground a little bit better that time. And so going forward, they had a couple of options out in the 45, and then they straightened up, and Perham took a great grab in front of a couple of Kingsway defenders, and he's going to be a handful. He moves well. He's a good size, so it's going to be a match-up certainly that the Kingsway coaching staff will be looking at early.
Absolutely. It's in the middle of the ground once again. 10:57 gone the first. We're even Stevens here, 1-1 apiece. In the middle of the ground once again, umpire throws the ball up. It's Watson versus Bestry. Give on to Watson. Tackleman didn't have it, surely. It was a North Fremantle player. So Vandy's that play to Palumbo. Palumbo on the right. Oh, well rode by Perrin once again. He's been everywhere so far in the forward 50. Oh, just about a throw for mine. Good tackle for Kingsway. Just put that player under pressure once again. Is that player we keep mentioning, James E. Eccles. He's just a smart kid.
Yeah, it was a really strong tackle, and he was outnumbered. He did really well for his team then.
So Eccles on the left, kicks the ball down the line. Good strong mark in the front to Bestry. It's Jordan Bestry. Good contested mark in front of Flamingo. So Bestry kicks the ball down the line. Bit of talk here. Led firm mark, he missed it. Running on the contest there was Trey Kennedy. He overran it. Kingsway have the numbers. Through traffic was very good through Holgman. He's even better than through Palumbo. Handball the ball out and kick around the corner for North Fremantle. Right in front of the area, Nick Reid hitting the ball extremely hard. He only knows one way, Nick Reid, and that's fair income 100% at it. So 12-12 on the clock for first quarter. North Fremantle 1-1 and Kingsway are 1-1.
Yeah, look, both teams seem like they've really settled into it now. We look like we're going to be in for a really good contest. The pressure at the ball for both teams really, really good.
Running over the contest now. Kick around the corner was okay. Knock over the top. Once again around the corner was okay by Eccles. And good luck more than anything finds Matt Jackson. Just trying to find some clarification on number 19, whether or not, that could be pretty sure it's Nick Reid from Subi. It's not Ben, it might be his brother. We'll get that clarified at quarter time. But they both look very similar players, they do, Nick and Ben. Like I said, it'd be very unusual if he played Subi 2 weeks. He'd back here playing at the moment, so it might be his brother. Kick around the corner's okay from outside 50, and it might just run on, and it will. That is a fantastic goal. Just onto the 15-metre paint line of the area of the North Fremantle player. Pick him up, and I think it'd be Michael Mulche, I think. That was a fantastic running goal for him. And North Fremantle have hit the front. Yeah,
look, really impressive. When they've showed when they actually get that little bit of space at the moment. Look, they're going to be really dangerous. Kingsway player unlucky not to get a hand on the ball there. But look, great running goal from outside 50 there, and well done.
Absolutely. Very good effort by North Fremantle. I'm pretty sure, I think you're right, it's probably Ben Reid, it's not Nick Reid. Nick Reid's the gentleman who plays for Subiaco, so I would have been surprised if he played. So
no, Ben's the one at Subi.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So
I think the team sheet was wrong.
Yep. So have it now. Through handballs, very good through Palumbo. He was very good by hands. Hit the ball out there to Jack Diggle. Diggle from outside 50. Oh, good courage by Reid. Player hit his own player. Lachlan Ricketts has it for here, and around the corner was okay to Bailey Nylander on his left foot. Kicks the ball in the Barringer line. Well done by Eccles. Just gets a fingertip on it, but enough to cause a Barringer line thrown right in front of the North Fremantle bench with Shane Woden looks a bit more happier now because they're in the front at the moment. 2-1 to 1-1. 14:25 to go in the first quarter. So Barringer umpire throws the ball in. Good strength taken by Bestry. Brings the ball to the ground. North Fremantle have the numbers through Diggle. He was tackled very heavily, lucky not to give hold on the ball. Umpire's letting the play on. That's good. Cooper gets a ball coming through the forward 50. Oh, hitting the ball very hard was the Kingsway player, very down by Reece Holman on the left foot. On the far side, try to find there Halligan, number 25. So I don't know who he is. We'll get his number at quarter time. They have this now. Good effort by Matthew Hill. Fantastic kick to space. And a good uncontested marks taken by Flamingo. He decides to play on from outside 50. Right on the contest, tries to find Perrin. Brought the play to the ground. Surely the Kingsway player was Bailey Nylander. The umpire saw that as well. A good courageous effort by Bailey Nylander then the award.
Yeah, really good player, Bailey Nylander. Both the Nylander twins stand up each week for Kingsway Footy Club.
So ordinary kick. Good strong contested mark on Nicholas Watson. He's shown a bit of promise in the ruck, this young lad. So Watson a kick and a half out for goal. Lows his eyes. Probably should have done a lot more with that. Very nimble on his feet was the North Fremantle player on the left. It's a very good play. It was Campbell Putland. But they have the numbers here through Lachlan Ricketts for Kingsway. Risky kick across the goal and a fantastic courageous mark taken by Jackson Carter. Very risky to switch the play, Brett, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Nick Watson would like his time again. I think he should have been top of the square where Perham's looking really dangerous. He was in a one-on-one. Sometimes it's just about decision making. I think Jackson might be just a little bit too far out here.
So he's just on about 45 metres out. Deliberate shot of goals. Gains a bit of paint. Got the distance okay, but tried to get the bit of distance and pushed it left. And it's a minor score for Kingsway. Sorry, for North Fremantle lead at the moment, 2-2 to 1-1.
Jake Diggle, who just made himself come off the ground, I think he's been huge in the last 5 minutes in and around the contest to get him back into the game.
Yeah, hard nose around the footy, isn't he?
Absolutely.
So they have it now. Good kick out for Kingsway, but reading the ball even better was a North Fremantle play. They switch the ball effectively and find Joel Palumbo. Palumbo can switch to play again and find David Flamingo. Flamingo can lower his eyes and kick it to space. Using the ball very well, North Fremantle. Just chipping it up, using possession, and Adam Feeney has the ball. Umpire's call played on, so Feeney goes straight down the line. And good ball over the top, done by Lachlan Ricketts. Brings the ball to the ground, and boundary umpire says, give the ball to me. It's just gone 17-10 of this first quarter. North Fremantle a 2-2, Kingsway a 1-1. North Fremantle kicking to the right of the screen and Kingsway to the left. Looking a lot better now, North Fremantle would.
Yeah, they look like a different side from the first 5 minutes of the game, to be perfectly honest. They came out a bit shy early on, and Kingsway looked like they were going to be very dominant, but been really, really solid since.
So for that, could be okay. Good defensive pressure, well done by the Kingsway defender there, and Brad Waters. Fantastic, outnumbered 2-on-1. Went back into the contest again, was Waters. Have the numbers here. Kick around the corner. Ooh. Had a shot. Was Jack Micro, the captain. And another minor score. Certainly hasn't gone forward 50 of Kingsway probably the last 5 or 6 minutes.
No, they've been able to keep the ball in their part of the ground really, really well at the moment. Look, as Brett mentioned before, it's the guys like Diggle, Palumbo, those guys, Feeney as well, just really winning it around the contest and not giving the Kingsway boys much of a chance. So
Ben Reid kicks over the far side. Good kick by him. Roving extremely well was Jackson Carter. He's been lively on that far wing, Carter. Looks good, falls in the hand of Reid once again, lowers his eyes. It's a good kick. Handball was okay. Falls in the hands of Waters for Kingsway. He goes straight down the corridor. Tries to find his teammate there in Matt Jackson. Second effort by Jackson was okay, but well done by North Fremantle. They just stand under pressure extremely well. Nicholas Watson on that half-back flank. He can draw a player. 1-2 was okay. Maintained composure well was Carter on his right. And they're just using the ball a lot better at the moment, North Fremantle.
Yeah, Nick Watson's been very impressive. Strong presence in the air and doing some work on the ground level as well for a big fella.
So can switch the play. And they do. Risky kick. Doesn't come off, but Lux of fortune. Oh, could be in a bit of trouble with a North Fremantle player. Brute strength was Waters. Handball the ball off. Tries to find the teammate there, and Brody Cole. Cole's still over it. Good defensive pressure by Matthew Hill for North Fremantle. Well done by them. They just work the ball out extremely well, do North Fremantle. Can kick the ball down the line. And good effort by them. And this kid's been very impressive with David Flamingo. Flamingo on the right foot, kicks the ball down the line. Fires Troy Feeney. Troy Feeney for the outside 50. And I tell you what, that's an absolute ripping goal. It's either a goal by him or Joel Palimbo's kicked it on. But I tell you what, we'll give it to the latter.
Oh, absolutely. And how good was that kick? He was running right into the pocket, kicks it from probably 45 metres out. You can tell it was a bit of home ground advantage there because he's read the breeze perfectly and it's gone straight through the middle.
Just watch this on the replay again. We'll see if it's the goal on the line or if it's coming on there now.
The footy guides would say, let's give it to Troy Feeney. Yeah?
Absolutely, I think.
Wonderful.
Feeney. We'll give it to Feeney.
That's where I'm marking it in the book anyway.
Troy Feeney contested for the goal of the day then. Fantastic effort. I tell you what, North Fremantle, they are up and about. Don't you worry about that.
Last 6 scoring shots to North Fremantle. It's been a huge change after the first 5 minutes.
Absolutely. Kicking the ball out with Zach Bestry. Kicked the ball to centre half forward, but good defensive pressure by Ben Ellsbury. Fantastic. Second effort was good. Braden Furmark should have done a lot more than that. He had one effort. Should have done a lot more better when that kick off the ground was by Brad Cooper. Tries to find Michael Mulcho. He kicked a very good goal earlier this quarter. But the umpire says, give the ball to me. And it's 3-3 to 1-1. We've just gone 21 minutes of this first quarter. It's all attacking moves so far by North Fremantle. Boundary umpire throws the ball in. bring the ball in the contest, kick the ball forward for North Fremantle. Good defensive mark. It's been taken then by Brad Waters. Umpire said it was touch off the boot. Waters didn't hear it. The umpire did. So it's touch ball and it's a throw up.
And there we go. Hey, look, Brett, Kingsway obviously came out really well to start the game. What do you reckon Dalt says to him at quarter time to get him back in the contest?
I think they probably just need to protect the outer wings a little bit better, to be honest. They just have been spread a little bit too easily. And the pinpoint 45 kick from North Fremantle's then allowed them to open up the game further down. So that in-between kick at times, Ward, has broken them up, I feel. And then they've been able to go long to the forward half.
Yeah, look, they really need to close it down a little bit more, don't they? They're giving them way too much space, and North Free have been, as you mentioned, been able to get those last 6 scoring shots and really open up the game.
Kick through the middle of the corridor by Chad Barnes. Second effort was good. Good attacking move here by Kingsway. Here they've got no one to kick to at the moment because they're setting up well the zone by North Fremantle to a 2-on-1. Oh, good strong attack at the ball. Firm up was fantastic. From outside 50, he's gone to the point of the square. Bringing the ball in the contest, trying to find the mark was Bestry. But North Fremantle, once again, they have numbers around the footy. Good tackle by. Could be holding the ball for mine. And the umpire saw that as well. Matt Jackson, good pressure by him. But I tell you what, North Fremantle unlucky because, Brett, they set up so well behind the ball.
Yeah, they did. They had good numbers and they just made a simple handball error. And before you know it, the opposition having a shot on goal. And going back to Ward's point, I think sometimes they were just guarding space instead of picking up the players, and that short kick can hurt you sometimes. But they've bounced back and they should kick this from the top of the square.
It's Matty Jackson. Deliberate shot of goals. It goes straight over the goal, umpire said, for his first. But more importantly, Kingsway second. Have not kicked a goal since about the 21 minutes it's taken to get their second. Yeah. So a long time between drinks.
Jeez, it was
goals for Kingsway.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it was interesting. They, I don't know if the message went out from the bench there, or whether it was just the players decided to do that. But they probably stopped attacking quite as much there, knowing it was almost quarter time. They actually ran a spare behind the ball just to try and protect that lead going into quarter time. And when you do that, sometimes you don't, mark up on a play. You're just guarding space. That's where you can really get hurt. And Kingsway able to catalyse and get that second goal.
Yeah, good effort by Matt Jackson. Put a very good tackle on in the forward pocket and kicked an easy goal for Kingsway, and they definitely needed that with about a minute and a half to go in this first quarter. The middle of the ground once again. Good ruck work done by Bestry, but sock off the ground by the opposition ruckman there in Putland. Handball was okay. Through traffic was even better by Adam Feeney. Brings the ball in the corridor. Reed was good, cop one high, and good effort by the Kingsway defender Bailey Nylander. He can play by hands for the Waters. Waters decides to kick the ball on the far wing, trying to find Furmark. Good attack on the ball by him. He can also bring the ball in the corridor. It's going to be 50-year play on. That's a ladder. A good defensive effort by Matthew Hill, but I think he's got it over the shoulder there to Brennan Pearce. Pearce would be the recipient of a free kick. Too far out for goal for him, so he decides to kick the ball in the pocket all by himself. Reece Waters, that's slack marking. He had the ball on the half-back flank there, Ward, and Brett, and no one bothered to mark him, so he's played on and kicked an easy goal. What was he missed?
He's missed.
Yeah, he's picked that up on the half-back flank, delivered beautifully and ran on, and I'm sure that's a part of the quarter-time speech that the coach wouldn't be happy with from North Fremantle.
No, I don't want to give that lead away because they've dominated really the quarter, haven't they? Now Kingsway into the contest. There's only 7 points the difference, 3-3 to 2-2.
Yeah, look, they've been the best team easily for the 20 minutes, or let's say probably 18 minutes this first quarter, and just let Kingsway back in the contest here with only probably 30 seconds or so left to go.
So North Fremantle decides to play on through Matthew Hill. He can kick the ball down the line. Oh, good, courageous mark taken by Reed. Wedge between two. He decides to play. Oh, smother off the ground was fantastic by Nicholas Watson. Forcing the hands there of Rowan Brooks, and that is all she wrote. Quarter time here at the Gil Fraser Oval sees North Fremantle 3-3, Kingsway 2-2. Goal scorers for North Fremantle, Feeney, Perham and Mulcahy have kicked one, and for Kingsway, Halligan, that is Luke Halligan, and Matt Jackson's also kicked one. Very entertaining first quarter, Ward.
Yeah, look, a really, really good quarter. As we mentioned, Kingsway came absolutely flying out of the blocks, on top everywhere for the first 5 minutes, and then it was North Freo's quarter from there. But late goal to Kingsway really put him back in the contest.
Your first contact and the first look at an A-grade amateur game. Brett, how'd you find the standard?
Yeah, high standard. Yeah,
Yep.
I thought Kingsway were just in totally control of the whole ground early in the contest, and then North Fremantle took a few more risks and spread them a little bit better, and probably their midfielders got them back in the game, and then Nick Watson, number 21, I thought had a terrific quarter and really led them in the air and on the ground, and 6'4", looking great smother at the end there. It's the sort of things that inspire your teammates.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a quarter-time break here from the Gil Fraser Oval, which sees North Fremantle 3-3, Kingsway 2-2. Welcome back to Gil Fraser Oval. North Fremantle lead 3-3 to 2-2. Interesting developments too during the year, boys. We've got a best on ground. They win a dart fish beanie. Knock yourself out with a dart fish beanie. We'll get that there. There it is. The dart fish beanie and also the Archie thong. So they'll win the best player on the ground. The Archie thongs. There they are, right in front of you. And the dart fish beanie. And they'll get that at the end of the game, and the voting panel will be yours truly, Ward and Brett. So we don't take any bribes, but so far I think, Nicholas Watson, as we mentioned, he's performed very well for North Fremantle. And Reece Waters has been okay for Kingsway.
Yeah, look, some good players on both sides of the ground at the moment. We've liked Jimmy Eccles for Kingsway as well so far. And look, the midfielders that got him back into the contest there, for, guys like Diggle and Palumbo, they've been pretty good as well. So, look, one quarter in and plenty of time left to go in this contest.
It's about to start the second quarter at Gil Fraser Oval. Field umpire throws the ball up, bringing the ball in the contest. Good ruck work, won by Putland. Good passage by the Kingsway player. The defensive pressure is good. Blindsided was the Kingsway player. Caused the turnover. Rowan Brooks lowers his eyes, tried to find the teammate there in Bestry. The kick was pretty ordinary. Brooks should have done a lot more than that. Sweeping up the back was Ben Ellsbury for North Fremantle, and they moved the ball out from the half-back flank. Just about taking a good marker was James Caneo. He's on the right boot. Can bring the ball. The vision was fantastic. Finds there Reed Hinton. Hinton decides to play on. They're running well. They certainly are, North Fremantle. So Palumbo on the right boot. Kicks the ball to the hot spot. Running over the contest. Just taking a good contested mark was David Flamingo. Brings the ball to the ground. Kingsway under all kinds of pressure in that back area of the ground. Handball's okay. Found Reed, and Reed decides to run the ball for a force behind. And so far, once again, a good attacking move early by North Fremantle.
Yeah, it's amazing. That kick, I'm not sure who kicked it there, but that kick that ended up hitting Hinton up in the middle of the ground, just how, when you can hit one of those, how it just opens up the rest of the ground and, ends up with the ball deep inside that 50.
Ball over the top was very good by Watson. He started the second quarter like he finished the first, Watson. The old-fashioned ruckman, isn't he, there with his socks around his ankles. Bit of zinc on his nose, jumper cut out, Brett. The old-fashioned ruckman, mate.
He looks the part, and he's certainly producing so far.
Certainly does. Watson wins again. Ruckwork was okay. Found his teammate over there in micro. Kick around the corner. Should have done a lot more than they had. More time we thought was Cameron Putland. And should have done a lot more from that, but it's a boundary line throw-in. Early stage of the first. North Fremantle 3-4, Kingsway a 2-2. North Fremantle are kicking to the left of the screen. Conditions here are an absolute perfect, aren't they? No breeze, no sign of rain. Umpire throws the ball in. Kingsway have numbers. Body over the ball was okay. It was Barnes. He was good. Caught one high. Or boundary line throw-in. It's the latter. It was Reed, sorry. Good effort by him. So boundary umpire throws the ball in. Probably 10 to 15 metres tucked away from the North Fremantle goals. Can they sneak one here in the early stages of the second? Ruckwork was okay. Head over the footy there was Feeney for North Fremantle. He's set upon by about 3 or 4 Kingsway players. Ball's going nowhere, and the field umpire says, give the ball to me once again. So Bestry this time doing the ruck work for Kingsway. He's pushed off the ball and done extremely well. It was Cameron Putland on the right. Just about taking a good mark was Perham. Through traffic was very good. Could be holding the ball, and it is. That player we mentioned, James Eccles. I tell you what, they'd be a lot further behind if he wasn't in the side there. Good mark's been taken by the captain and Rowan Brooks.
Certainly got ground position at the moment, North Fremantle. Bottled them in.
So there's Rowan Brooks, the captain for Kingsway. Decides to kick the ball straight down the line, and good mark. Finds Barnes on his right foot. Fantastic kick, Barnes to space. Well, shouldn't have done a lot more. That was Matt Jackson. Pretty laconic effort then at the footy.
Yeah, he just needed to be a bit cleaner with it, didn't he, as well? I think maybe he thought he had the number 12, Alex Barton, covered with his, probably quicker heels there if he actually picked the ball up, but probably needed a bit of effort with the footy.
It's a pretty ordinary effort by mine. Definitely boundary umpire throws the ball in. Ruckman once again, Watson was impressive. Kick out of the pack by Jack Diggle was okay. Perham just about took a good mark, was sport off the ball. Have the numbers there. Toe poke forward by Feeney. Push to the back or holding the ball. The umpire says let it play on, and not a bad decision in the end. It's a bit of cat and mouse at the moment.
Yeah, the ruckman Watson and Diggle seem to have a great relationship. He's tapped it down a couple of times. He's been right underneath his feet. He's a real in and under player.
Here he goes again, Watson. Tried to find Jack Diggle again. He was good, Jackie Diggle, through traffic. 1-on-1. Taken there is a mark again. A fantastic mark over the top. I think you'll find this will be Flamingo, number 22. Tell you what, Jack Diggle's had a good start to the second quarter too, Brett and Ward, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, he was really good there. Even that one where Holman went in for the ball, he was able to just pinch it straight off him and still get the clearance, and then, nice deep kick inside 50, and here we go with another goal for North Freo.
Yes, well done. Davey Flamingo, that's his first. He's showing good signs as well, having a very consistent game. The tools just look like they've got the better of Kingsway, haven't they? You've got the big guys like Putland, you've got Watson, Flamingo and Perham. They've got 4 or 5 key tools.
Yeah, you really notice that they seem to be stretching the Kingsway side at the moment. 28, Luca Adamson, who seems to having the job on one of the tools down there a lot of the time. He doesn't look like a particularly, tall kind of player there. You can see him standing next to Flamingo, who kicked that goal before, but look, they are really getting stretched at the moment, so they might need to look at whether it's a Bestry or someone going back there just to try and man one of them up.
Middle of the ground once again. Watson wins it, brings the ball to the ground. Handball was okay. Found his teammate there, and Mitchell Anderson. Through traffic was very good. The big fella, very nimble on his feet. Handball is okay to Palimbo on the right. Kicks the ball to centre half forward, and taking a fantastic, courageous mark is Brad Cooper. Hats off once again to the mobility of the big fella in Watson.
Yeah, he's been really good, hasn't he?
Outstanding.
Yeah, really, really good. Shown a lot of attributes where you could see why he's probably been on a waffle list before and was looked at possibly for high levels of footy.
So here he is at the moment, Brady Cooper. Wonder if he can act, this kid as well, Brad Cooper. Been in some good movies, The Hangovers. So here's Brady Cooper. Left foot, look good off the boot. Look fantastic off the boot. Another great goal to North Fremantle. And they've started this second quarter actually on fire. 6:31 of the first quarter, and they are 5-4. Kingsway at 2-2.
Yeah, really controlling the contest in this second quarter. They've been great in and under in the middle of the ground. Their ruckman's leading the way. Their wingmen are getting involved, and they're playing in front in the forward half, and they've got some height advantages, as Ward alluded to. So, yeah, some alarm bells for Craig Dalton and his team at the moment.
Yes, what would you do, Ward?
Oh, look, I think they've probably, I just saw Rowan Brooks, bring his couple of midfielders in there. The captain's really got to start leading by example. We haven't really called his name much today, but look, I'd be looking at trying to make sure Reece Waters was right around the footy all the time. He's so good forward of centre, but look, his clearance work at this level would, I think, be really handy. Guys like Palumbo and obviously Diggle, they're just too dominant at the moment for North Freo.
So Kingsway have it through Rowan Brooks on the right boot. Kicks the ball to the centre half forward position. Big packet plays, a good sport with the North Fremantle defender. Running on the contest was a player there in Porter. Through traffic was okay. North Fremantle once again put the ball out, and there's Eccles reading it very well. Jamesy Eccles used that trusting left foot. Decides to lower his eyes, kick the ball to space. Good sport over the top by the North Fremantle defender, Liam Porter. Through traffic was okay. Kingsway was Brody Cole. He ran into all kinds of trouble. Found firm mark. He's set upon by 3 or 4 players. Picked up by Chad Barnes. He was tackled. The press by North Fremantle was very, very good. Hitting the ball down the line. They're just running in numbers, and they managed to get out of the defensive part of the ground and push the ball forward once again. Good contest by the North Fremantle player, then Reed Hilton. Weight of numbers. Eccles. Good tackle by the Kingsway defender. Handball was okay. Found Perrin. Perrin shelled a bit of candy around the right court. Kick around the corner, and another goal to North Fremantle to Reed Hinton. Perrin, how good was he? Below his knees is fantastic.
Geez, great pickup, wasn't it? And he definitely sold a bit of candy there. I thought he was going to go selfish and kick the goal himself, but look, great hands off to Reed Hinton, and he kicks his first goal of the afternoon.
Brett, they're just running in numbers, aren't they, North Freo?
Yeah, I think the frustration for Kingsway would be they got the centre clearance, it went in, it came out as quickly as it went in there, and there was no crummers at all. Both times they went forward, then they had no one around the ball on the ground, at ground level, and North Fremantle cleared it and eventually scored again. They're on a roll, and they need to really tighten up with the man-on-man contest. Go back to a bit of old-fashioned footy and just play on your man and make sure you're accountable for him to get back into this game.
Comments there by Brett Mayo and also Ward Harris. Brings the ball in the contest. Kingsway through Rowan Brooks. Tries to throw his brute strength. Didn't overrun it. Once again, this guy's been very nimble. Jack Diggle hands the ball back to Andrew Stephen. Stephen tried to find the teammate there in Flamingo. Ball's on the ground now. Kingsway Barnes was good through traffic. Handball's okay to Rowan Brooks. Over the top was very good to Ricketts. If it stands up, it could be okay. Ricketts through traffic, good. The vision was better. Brooks over the top, finds Eccles. Eccles on his left foot. Hit a bit of traffic behind him. Falls in the hands of Halligan. That's Luke Halligan. Halligan under pressure. He's just turned that straight over, and the pressure once again by North Fremantle, very good.
Yeah, it has been very good. It's interesting there when you see Kingsway get the ball. You see the players look up, and their first instinct at the moment is not to kick the ball forward. And I think that's due to the pressure from North Freo. They seem to have that extra number that it looks like when they look up. It's just making it hard for the Kingsway boys to move the ball forward.
So Kingsway have it now. Turns to Eccles on his left foot, kicks the ball forward, reading the ball extremely there was Matthew Hill on the left foot. Hill's okay, kicked to space, and well done by Matthew Hill. Decides to play on, kicks the ball right to a one-on-one contest. It's about a good muck over the top. The agility once again for North Fremantle. Kick around the corner. Tell you what, that is an absolute ripper to Jackie Micro. The captain for North Fremantle has kicked one right around the corner for a fantastic goal.
Geez, they're in a bit of trouble here, aren't they, Kingsway? 4 goals straight to North Freo in this quarter, and look, they want to get back in this contest pretty quickly, or it could be all over by half time.
They look so dangerous to score every time North Fremantle go in the forward half. They just have, the players seem to be getting the right spots, and that the pressure that Warb was alluding to, sometimes it's perceived pressure, and I think Kingsway are falling for that at the moment. They're just panicking a little bit too quickly and turning the pill over.
So 11 minutes in this second quarter. They've slammed on 4 goals, 1, and Kingsway have yet to trouble the scoreboard this quarter.
Geez, they're just absolutely dominating at the moment. I'm still surprised at the Kingsway side that I saw for the first 5 minutes of the game. I don't think they've turned up for the rest of the contest, unfortunately. But look, full credit to North Freo. They've been absolutely exceptional since. Looks
like Luke Adams has come off with a corky there, so he could be in a ball or a knee. It's a right knee. Could be one down in the rotations down back as well, Kingsway. So
yeah, it's not just the rotations, it's the height, isn't it? Yep. So it's going to be an important potential injury for Kingsway.
It's the middle of ground once again. North Fremantle have it through the big fella and Watson. Brings the ball in the contest. Kingsway have it. Okay, the tackle was good by Bestry. The pressure was very good. One thing we haven't noticed, haven't seen Adam Creeper out there, boys.
No, I hadn't.
He's a big loss.
Yeah, obviously we saw him on the team sheet when we first got it, but look, he would have been a really good presence and probably who we thought was going to get the job on Perham to start the game.
Absolutely. It's the middle of ground once again. Barnes put his header over it and got tackled by about 3 or 4 players. Good courage there by Chetty Barnes. Old man Steve will be listening, no doubt. Ball done by Watson through Chafford was good. Found job Palimbo. Didn't have it, Shawler or in the back. It's a ladder. And be back to Palimbo. Just their small little players, North Fremantle, they are very, very good. Palimbo can switch the play across the centre of the ground and finds his teammate there in Andrew Stephen. He can also go sideways. Lacka manning up, falls in the hand of Josh Kuno. Just maintaining possession on that far wing, North Fremantle. There's a lack of pressure, so they can chip the ball back to Joshua Kuno again.
Yeah, there's
He's
massive
looking at his
numbers
option.
in the back half for Kingsway at the moment.
Just a lot of space out there, Brett, isn't there?
Yes, North Fremantle just looking for the right option before they get to, I suppose, a launch line and go deep then.
So kicking the ball down the line is North Fremantle centre half. Oh, a great mark by the big fella, Nicholas Watson. He has been in outstanding form, Watson, from outside 50. Kicks the ball to the one-on-one. Palimbo at the back. Well done by the player there in Rowan Brooks for Kingsway. But North Fremantle have it. Centres the ball once again. Percentage was good. Eccles was good below his knees. In a bit of trouble. The 1-2 by Eccles was outstanding. He kept his feet, runs the ball out in the good handball. And Kingsway can relieve themselves a bit of pressure. Tries to find Furmark over the far wing. He dropped what he usually takes. Good pressure by him. Managed to get a handball onto it, but a good defensive pressure by North Fremantle and Andrew Stephen.
Yeah, it's just that consistent pressure, isn't it? He looked out then, Furmark, and Andrew Stephen just got a hand in and it's out of bounds, and then they get a chance to regroup again. Really good team football at the moment.
So boundary line throwing on the far side. We've gone 13:54 this second quarter. North Fremantle are 7-4. Kingsway are 2-2. That's correct, 7-4 to 2-2. Being a ripping quarter by North Fremantle. No doubt Wowie will be very happy with his team at the minute. There's still over a half to go. Kingsway pushed the ball to centre half. Forward Furmark. Good strong mark. That's what we need more of, Ward, don't we? Good, strong contested marks by Kingsway.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing, look, we really noticed about the Kingsway Footy Club is they're really, really strong forward of centre. Got a little bit, obviously, off that half-back line with Eccles and Barnes. But, you know, once they get that ball into the forward 50, looks super dangerous with the likes of Braden Furmark. He doesn't normally take too many marks out on the lead. Normally really, really clever around the contest. But, look, a set shot on goal, he normally goes straight through the middle.
Outside 50. That is a fantastic kick. Gun barrel straight for Braden Furmark. And that is their first goal this quarter. It's their third goal, and the last time the kick goal was a 24-minute mark of the first quarter. So long time between drinks for Kingsway. As we see the replay on the screen once again. Good kick by Furmark. 7-4 to 3-2. They needed that one, Kingsway, Brett. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, a great contested mark and a really good finish from just a really slight breeze he's kicking into from a fair way out. So good leadership. He's been a good player from today, and let's see if they can win the next centre clearance and get back into the contest.
Yeah, get themselves a couple. They've still got just under 10 minutes of this second quarter, so sneak a couple of two goals and they're back into the contest there.
Yeah, some of those names Ward alluded to are back in the middle now, so see if they get a better result.
So ruck work once again, brings the ball to the ground. Over the footy was James Micro. He was good below his knees. Even strong effort and attack on the ball was taken by Palumbo. Furmark kicks the ball to the centre half forward position. It's touched off the boot. Ball comes to the ground. Through traffic was very good. They've thrown Reid up forward, so good move by Kingsway. Just mix it up a bit. That's a minor score only to Kingsway. They move to 3-3. Kingsway North Fremantle 7-4. Kingsway 3-3.
Look, I think that's a good move by Kingsway at the moment. Just basically a bit of chaos, really just trying to go hard at the contest. We saw the experienced players of Waters in there, you know, really going hard at the ball. Furmark came out and hit the contest hard as well. And at least it got him a shot on goal and they're able to get some, you know, territory up the ground.
So Matthew Hill kick out the goal square was okay. Reece Waters was good below his knee. Found James Eccles on his left foot and tried to find Reid. He overran it. A tackle hard on the contour was Matthew Hill. He was very good first game against North Beach, wasn't he, Ward? Matthew Hill in his first half.
Really good. Yeah, we saw plenty of him, and then he seemed to die off in the second half. But yeah, very good player that day.
Yeah, sure, there's a block out on the ruck contest. There'll be a free kick to Carter. Sorry, Watson. Probably look pretty good with a beanie and a pair of thongs on with this fella, I reckon. Alexis Watson. So kicks the ball down the line and hits his teammate there in Andrew Stephen. He can lower his eyes again. Good hard runnings taken by Joel Palumbo. He's played well too, Palumbo. Covers a lot of territory. And I don't know what's happened here.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of contact behind the play there, and there's been a free kick given away to Kingsway Footy Club.
And Costley, it's a Furmark from outside 50. A thumping kick by him. Spall over the top was okay by the North Fremantle defender Ben Ellsbury. 1% is there by him.
Obviously not sure what happened on the wing, but if it results in a goal to Kingsway, you don't want to be that player coming off it after.
No, you don't want to be at all. Yeah, you think, Shane Woden seems like a nice bloke, but he'd be letting him know that's definitely not acceptable behaviour of a North Freo footballer.
No, it's the last thing you want to do is let him back into the contest.
Not at all.
A bit of undiscipline on the wing, and you turn it over and it can hurt you on the scoreboard quickly.
And congratulations to his young fella too. You got in the state under-19 side as well, so shout out to you, Wowie. Well done. A good mark's been taken by Ben Ellsbury. Covered a bit of territory a while ago. Had a good fist on the border, caused a minor point. And he's back in the play again, is Ben Ellsbury. So North Fremantle kicking the ball down the line here. It's about taking a good mark. Was the North Fremantle player there in Campbell Putland, but comes the ball to the ground and Kingsway can go forward again. Dropped an easy mark there. Was a Kingsway player, Matt Jackson. Through traffic was the North Fremantle defender, was fantastic. Kicked the ball to space. It's a 2-on-1 here. Through traffic was okay. It's better by Kingsway. Bring the ball to the corridor. Hitting the ball very well. Eyes for owning the ball was Matthew Hill. He decides to switch the play and finds his teammate there in Joshua Kuno. Kuno on the right boot. Kicks the ball down the line trying to find Jackie Perham. He's marked that easily. No one anywhere near him. A bit too far out for goal, says Perrin, so he kicks the ball to space, honours the lead. Good spall over the top by James Eccles. Outnumbered Eccles, but he did very well get a fist over the footy. Otherwise, it would have been an easy mark to the Kingsway forward.
Really good by Eccles there, wasn't it? But look, great weighted kick there by Perriman. Unfortunately, weren't able to take the mark. But yeah, they would have been having a set shot on goal if it wasn't for that great spoil.
So bound umpire throws the ball in. Perriman gets to the front position, brings the ball to the ground. Quick handball in by Eccles once again. It was very good. Palumbo by his knees. Handball's okay. Good passage of play here by North Fremantle. Bring the ball to the full forward spot. Perrin camps between 2 or 3 players. His recovery was fantastic, Perrin. Surely didn't have it. Umpire said yes, he did. Kick around the corner by the North Fremantle player there in Mitchell Anderson, and brings up a minor point.
Had more time then. He should have done better. The Kingsway team flocked to Perham, understandably, and he created some space for his teammates. They just didn't cash in.
So 7-5-3-4. Still a margin over 4 goals to the home side, North Fremantle. Eccles will do the kicking out duties for Kingsway. He lowers his eyes, good kick. Doesn't waste the ball, finds his captain there in Brooks. He's called play on. Eccles can mop up once again. Through Candy was very good, Eccles. He's a smart player, this kid. And good mark in front, taken by Jordan Bestry for Kingsway. He can switch the ball. It's a risky kick, but all by himself there is Nick Nylander. He can switch the play once again. He does that very well and finds his twin brother in Bailey. But the kick was pretty ordinary and put his twin brother under extreme pressure. Yeah,
they've been a little bit off the 2 Nylander boys today. Normally very, very good when we come and see them, but they'll definitely be 2 people that Craig Galton will ask to lift going to the second half.
Bound umpire throws the ball in. Good ruck taken by Flamingo. Fell in the hands of Chad Barnes for Kingsway. He kicks the ball over the shoulder surely to Zach Bestry. The umpire's seen that as well. Zach Bestry can close his eyes to a 1-on-1 in the contest there. Good spool over the top. Well done by the defender there in Matthew Hill for North Fremantle. It falls in the hands of the Kingsway player. I think that's Brennan Pearce, and he's missed.
Oh, jeez.
Thought it looked like a goal from here, but minor score. Goal umpire in a very good position. And a minor score for them. They needed that goal, Brett, but unfortunately a minor score.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the North Fremantle defender was, but top of the square, 1-on-1 with Reece Waters. He did extremely well to bring it to the ground, and even though they did mop it up, good for North Fremantle. They only scored a point.
So Matthew Hill brings it out to his teammate there in Andrew Stephen. Find his teammate over the far side, lowers his eyes. North Fremantle just finding a lot of space in the outer wing, and Ben Ellsbury receives a mark on the far wing. Uses his trusting left foot. Kick over the line was okay. Eccles overran it. Barnes through traffic was okay. He's over the top. Tackled then by Joel Palumbo. Ball's going nowhere. Umpire says give the ball to move. Just gone 22 minutes of this second quarter. North Fremantle are 7-5. Kingsway are 3-5. A margin of exactly 4 goals to the home side. North Fremantle. They have it once again. Trying to push the ball forward. Kingsway was good through traffic. Second effort was good. The percentage was okay. Or hitting the ball high, getting one was Benny Fraser. Umpire saw that as well. So Ben Fraser can relieve the pressure for Kingsway. He decides to kick the ball to the centre half forward position. Just about a push in the back. The umpire didn't see it. Kingsway will take the receiving kick, and Jack Follett. Follett has nothing to kick to, so he just puts his boot in the ball. Spool over the top by the North Fremantle player and Ben Ellsbury. He's done a serviceable job. Ellsbury down back, I think.
Yeah, he's had a wonderful second quarter. It repelled a lot of attacks for the Kingsway for their opposition.
So counting down 23 minutes of this second quarter, Kingsway down by 4 goals to the home side of North Fremantle. Touch off the ball there. And good to see the old-fashioned cars in the ground, Brett. You relate to that in the country football, mate.
Absolutely.
It's good.
It's not quite the same view where I used to play footy, but yeah, it's quite a scenic view here. But yeah, it's great to see some cars around the ground. People love coming to the game and being able to sit in their cars or sitting out at them and have some fun.
Oh, that's what local footy's about, isn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good, strong contest taken by Flamingo. He pushed his opposition ruckman out of the contest quite easy. Eccles, once again, very good by Kingsway. Through traffic was okay. Brad Waters was good. Handball over the top. Lowers his eyes. A good kick taken by Brodie Cole. Tried to find Waters. Good hit on the ball then by Matthew Hill for North Fremantle. And taking a good defensive mark was the Kingsway player, but overran it. Surely it's in his back. The umpire said no, it wasn't. Play on was okay. They have the numbers here once again to North Fremantle. Lowers his eyes and great kick. and finds. I think you'll find that's Nicholas Watson once again.
Look, great play there by Northrop. It was just that basic skill error by the Kingsway Footy Club there. The young fella that dropped the mark, 65 metres out from goal, and North Freo, good ball movement from there and hit Nick Watson lace out, will go in and have a set shot on goal.
Here is Nick Watson. In a very dominant ruckman. Nick Watson, deliberate shot of goals. He likes it, straight at the ball. Why wouldn't you like it? That's a great goal, Nicholas Watson. And another good goal to North Fremantle. Could just be out beyond half-time at the moment, but Watson, fantastic, deliberate shot of goal as we see the replay once again. Yep. With inside 40, gun barrel straight, and that is the half-time score here at Gilfrazel Oval. Sees North Fremantle 8-5, Kingsway a 3-5. That quarter, North Fremantle kick 5-2, Kingsway kick 1-3. Major goal scorers for North Fremantle. All single goal scorers to Feeney, to Cooper, to Perrin, to Mulcher, to Micro, to Watson and to Flamingo. And for Kingsway, Halligan and Jackson and Fermat have kicked one each. But I tell you what, Ward, North Fremantle have turned up to play here this afternoon.
Yeah, they have. They really came out strong in that second quarter. I think there was 4 goals on the board, probably within the first 10 minutes. Kingsway were able to get a little bit back, into that contest there, snag a goal halfway through that quarter, and then Nick Watson puts the cherry on top, going right into half-time. But look, they're going to be pretty hard to beat, I think, going forward, Brett.
Yeah, I would have been really impressed with. We've spoken about a couple of their tools, Flamengo and Watson, but they've got a group of about 6 or 8 mid-sized midfielders that are going through the middle of the ground, that are low centre of gravity, strong around the core, and they just keep winning the footy around the contest where it's needed to be won. And as we know, if you win the footy in the middle of the ground more often than not, and you've got some great tools up forward in Perham and Watson and Flamengo causing havoc, you go a long way to winning the contest.
Absolutely. We're going to take a half-time break here. We'll come back to what should be a good second half at the moment. North Fremantle looking very good. 8-5 to Kingsway 3-5. welcome back to Gil Fraser Oval. Tell you what, we get sport down here at the North Fremantle Footy Club. Unbelievable. Go there at half time. We've got chips and gravy. We've got cans of Coke. We've got Carlton Dries. We've got burgers coming up, boys. I tell you what, they have set the benchmark, North Fremantle Footy Club. That's why they won the food competition last year.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think we must have given them a little bit of a pump up again today, and they've gone, oh, that's those boys from last year, and they've decided to look after us. But look, we really, really appreciate it. Makes us feel really welcome, and yeah, shout out to all the other A-grade clubs. We look forward to the same service later on in the year.
I think it's because of this guy on the left in Brett Mayo. They're trying to.
That's what it is, isn't it?
He's just
absolutely
royalty at the moment. And while we've got their major sponsors for the North Fremantle Footy Club is Sheller Beers Real Estate, Federal Hotel, Shelford Quality Homes, Apollo Electric Tech, Amando Sports, Rick's Eyewears, Combined Logistics, Boutique Advisors, Roofing 2000, and Sino Pekka were the major sponsors for the women's footy, so shout out to them. And a big night coming up at the North Fremantle Footy Club, the Gil Fraser Oval, Saturday the 19th of June. Is from 7 o'clock at the Gill, a big race night, $60 for a table of 6 or $10 head, and bring your own food. So get yourself down there at the Gil Fraser Oval, Saturday the 19th. Thanks for the major sponsors, and thank you very much for the North Fremantle Footy Club. Once again, the hospitality has been impeccable. Yeah,
look, I say get down to that race night. We've got a few of the, I think, reserves boys sitting behind us who have had a good win today, and look, if that's anything to be the judge of, I think it'll be a cracking night. So make sure to grab some tickets, come down to support the North Freo Footy Club.
Just having a chat to Kyle Halligan there, injured player for Kingsway, just getting a bit of inside knowledge. And him, poor bugger, he has an injection after every game, and he can't even run now. So poor bugger's under extreme pain, and obviously losing Creep as well with a back too. So a couple of key outs there for Kingsway. But Kyle said, I tell you what, Cam, North Fremantle are playing bloody good footy. That's what he said. They are running and carrying, and he said, tell you what, our coach will be filthy. So there might be a different side coming out the second half.
Look, I hope so. And you don't like to judge footy clubs too much, but probably one thing I've noticed with Kingsway so far in the games that we've seen is they really do get beaten in the middle sometimes, especially when they're experienced players like the Waters and Brooks and Halligans aren't inside there. And it's against teams like University where you would have seen probably the Millers and Harding and Donaldson get a hold of them. We've seen Palumbo, Feeney, and Diggle get hold of them as well today. So, look, that's where they really seem to battle a little bit. Excellent forward of centre, but they've got to start halving that contest just to get back in the game. Yeah.
Thoughts too, Brett? Obviously, we mentioned the big fellas for North Fremantle being very impressive, being Watson as well in the ruck work. So, haven't got too many passengers out on the ground at the moment, North Fremantle.
No, when Kingsway did get their hands on the footy, the North Fremantle half-back line then stood up, and they repelled those attacks, and then they losing Adamson. I'm not sure if he came back on, and they were just a little bit undone for height in the back half for Kingsway, and then North Fremantle took full advantage of it, and I'm sure they'll load up tall in their forward half in the third quarter. So, I think the first 10 minutes will give us a really good gauge to how this contest is going to end up, and you would expect Kingsway to respond. You would have thought a pretty unhappy Craig Dalton at half-time, and we'll see what sort of response he gets.
To tell it on the paper, Kingsway only kicked 3 goals and a half of footy. There's no rain, no breeze. The conditions are absolutely perfect, so they should be doing a lot more than kicking 3 goals and a half of footy.
Oh, that's exactly right, especially the first 5 minutes of the game that we saw that kind of Kingsway. It was a team, if they play like that, you can see them kicking 15 goals plus every week. But, look, we haven't seen that, unfortunately, for the rest of the game, and hopefully they start the third quarter like they started the first quarter and come out firing.
So just about to start the third quarter. It's a 5-goal advantage to North Fremantle. Bit of good game of footy on behalf of them, and well done to producing Harley, Cameron Jack, once again, Brett Mayo and Ward Harrison Cameron doing the calling for you this afternoon. We're about to start the second half of footy. As look at the hospitality the North Fremantle guys have coming up with a burger here, so might just stand up and do some calling as we stand up for a minute. So field umpire's going to throw the ball up in the middle of the ground once again. Carter does her ruck work. He's out this time, ruck by Bestry. Ball comes to the ground. Socket off the ground was okay. Cop one hole was the Kingsway player in Barnes. Umpire said he's had an eternity to get rid of it. And the field umpire says, give the ball to me. So ball going nowhere so far. Umpire throws the ball up. Carter over the top was good, brings the ball to ground. Tackle very good on Feeney was okay. Had it before he lost it. The umpire says, give the ball to me. About 5 metres short of the centre of Gil Fraser Oval. Umpire throws a ball up. Carter out, blocked or knocked, I think. It's Shepherd out of play. And this promising young fella, ruckman again. Carter has the ball. Holding the ball, good pressure. This time Besher can kick the ball forward. They're out this side on Kingsway. If it stands, that will be okay. Kick into space is okay. Could be a relayed free kick. And that's very undisciplined footy by the North Fremantle player. I think you'll find it's a relayed free kick. And it's down the ground, and that is a very costly kick there, Bretton Ward. You don't do that.
No, absolutely right. Obviously the North Freo team, they weren't too happy with that play on holding the ball that was called to advantage. And obviously one of the players has remonstrated, and Reece Waters is now going to kick from, probably 20 metres out on a slight angle, which will hopefully be Kingsway's 4th goal.
It's the start Kingsway want, boys, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. I think Nick Watson would like to have his time again. He just took a little bit too long with that free kick, and before you know it, it's in the dangerous hands of Reece Waters.
So Reece Waters, the dual premiership player for Subiaco. Taking his time, 10 metres out from goal. Kick straight over the goal umpire's head. And could that be the spark to fire up the Kingsway Footy Club to get a goal in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter?
Yeah, look, all the players got around him straight away. They know how important it is to come out firing in this third quarter. And look, well done to Kingsway for a good start so far.
Very good effort by them. Very hard to eat those burgers, boys. We might have them even after the game and take on the way home. My wife would be happy with that. Had a good afternoon down the footy, got some chips and gravy and a burger for you. I'll be in the good books.
Oh, it's about keeping everyone happy, isn't it, mate? There you go.
Happy wife, happy life, Brett. You know how it is.
Absolutely, I do. And I say that they've rolled the dice and dragged all their forwards up and left Reece Waters in the goal square by himself. So they're hoping to win enough midfield footy, and he'll hopefully be on the end for them.
So good to see Donks mix up the, all the positional moves for Kingsway. So North Fremantle have it here. Tackle by Barnes was good. Umpire's going nowhere, about 5 metres short of the bullseye here at Gil Fraser Oval. Just gone 2 minutes of this third quarter. The Premiership quarter, and Kingsway have put 1 goal so far on the scoreboard. Carter, good ruck by him, brings the ball to the ground, numbs around the footy, and Ricketts and also Palumbo. And the field umpire says, give the ball to me once again.
We've noticed with the first probably 5 stoppages in this quarter, both ruckmen are just trying to keep the ball nice and close, so to keep it tight and just keep a contest there. We've seen the exact same thing happen on that next ball up as well.
So Tay poke the ball forward for Kingsway. They look a bit more determined this quarter after getting a rocket by Dalton, the coach for Kingsway. Apparently he can have a very good fire up he does, and I think that's what's happened at half time for them. Kingsway come out a bit better so far this third quarter. Barnes through traffic was very good. Threw in his boot, tried to find Reed. Reed's running on the contest. Kept in play by the North Fremantle player there in Jackson Carter. I think it's Ben Ellsbury's the ladder, but bound jump I said it's out of play. About 55 metres away from the Kingsway goals once again. They've kicked the goal so far this quarter, and North Fremantle have yet to trouble the scoreboard. Umpire throws the ball up. It's Carter again, brings the ball to the ground. Hitting the ball over the contest was good. Tackle by Waters. Lucky it's not holding the ball. Through traffic was okay. Falls in the hand for the Kingsway player. 1-on-1 contest to the square. Good sprawl over the top by the North Fremantle player. Furmack has it. Goes one way, goes the other. Puts out the handball to Eccles. Eccles lowers his eyes, and good defensive mark by the North Fremantle defender. That player was very good. He stood up very well. Ben Ellsbury once again switches play on his left and finds his teammate over there for the North Fremantle Football Club and finds Joshua Kuno. Kuno in the true half-back flank position, kicks the ball down the line. Good use of the footy by the North Fremantle player and finds David Flamingo. They use the ball very well, North Fremantle. Trying to find Jack Perham. Is it still in play? No, it isn't. Runs out. Good transition to play there, Brett, from one end of the ground to the other for North Fremantle.
Started by Ben Ellsbury, who's been very impressive. He's got a lovely left foot on him, and just it spread the ground, and they hit their targets from there. Before you know, it's gone from the back flank to the forward pocket for North Fremantle.
So right on the 50-metre paint line of the North Fremantle goal-scoring area. Behind the player's Carter. He brings the ball to the contest to find his teammate there, Ben Fraser. He's set upon by a good tackle by Chad Barnes, and the umpire says, give the ball to me. Ball up once again. Carter this time's out-rucked by Bestery. Bestery's second effort was fantastic. Throws on his boot. Reed, too strong, threw his player out of the contest. Gets on his boot once again, kicks the ball down the line. There's no one there at all for Kingsway. Is this deliberate? And yes, it is. Unfortunately, He had nothing to kick to, Brett.
No, it was on the full actually, and some good pressure from the wing, and it turned it over.
So North Fremantle have it through Micro, the captain. He's had a good game himself this afternoon. And Liam Porter decides to take his time. Switches the play once again. They've been doing that all afternoon, North Fremantle. Just set the play up, make sure one of their players gets them by themselves. Umpire's called play on, says he kicks the ball down the line to the far wing. Holden, we didn't have it, was a Kingsway player. The umpire saw that as well. And be a free kick there to Rowan Brooks for Kingsway.
Look, that was a bit better from Kingsway there. It was probably the first time I've noticed today that they've actually been able to clog it up that little bit better. North Freo have been able to get out down the wings just about all afternoon. So, look, a bit better there by Kingsway Footy Club.
Yeah, it's got a little bit more of a look water out the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, hasn't it? They've boxed them in, and they seem to be in a lot more control of the game. Yeah,
we noticed that really early. We thought, geez, they've structured up really well, and it just kind of all fell apart from there. But, yeah, good start to this quarter by Kingsway.
So Carter has it, brings the ball to the context. Waters is good. Kick around the corner, a little banana on the right. I tell you what, that is an absolutely magnificent goal. Brilliant effort by Reece Waters. Is this a goal or? Yes, it is. Oh. Tell you what, this quarter he slammed on 2 goals so far. They wanted a player to stand up Kingsway, and I tell you what, so far that player is Reece Waters there, Brett.
Yeah, now probably the most important matchup on the ground for North Fremantle to get right. So I'm sure their coaching staff would look at that. Having said that, he's still out there, so he's still keeping himself deep forward, and he's a dangerous player, obviously.
It's only a 3-goal margin now, Ward, isn't it? A good start by Kingsway.
Yeah, look, I've really liked that, the way that they're pulling their forwards up as well. And, once the ball's bounced, almost trying to get them right into that contest. They're all sitting, a minimum of 10, 15 metres off it. So they've realised they've got to start winning some of these clearances and winning the ball around the middle. And, look, you leave Reece Waters by himself deep inside 50. That's going to be a nightmare matchup for anyone, in the A-grade competition.
Absolutely. It's in the middle of the ground once again. It's Carter versus Bestry. We'll give that one to Bestry. Brings the ball to the ground, trying to find his teammate there in Waters. He's been everything so far in the third quarter. Ball's going nowhere in the middle of Gil Fraser Oval once again. Just on 8 minutes of the third quarter, it's 8-5 to 5-5. North Fremantle still up by 3 goals. Good ruck work then by Bestry. Ball's going nowhere. The umpire says, give the ball to me. Starting to get fairly chilly here at the moment.
Yeah, it's up to North Fremantle to do something different now, and Kingsway are getting their hands on the footy a little bit more. They need to be, as they were there, in and under and winning that centre clearances.
Eccles just about takes a good mark. Troy Feeney was good below his feet. Can go one way, go underground handball was okay. Ball's into the contest. Eccles putting very good pressure there on Adam Feeney. Feeney somehow toe pokes the ball forward. Flamingo was okay, but I think he held the Kingsway play and we didn't have it. The umpire said, you're dead right. This will be Kingsway free kick. He kicks the ball down the line, tried to find Nick Nalander. Nalander says, I'll take it over the boundary line for a boundary line throw-in. Oh, he's paid one high then. Lucky to kick that one. Get that one is Nick Nalander, but he has it. The twin for Kingsway lowers his eyes. Oh, lack of talk by the North Fremantle players. This guy's been everywhere once again. Ben Ellsbury uses his left foot. Spore's okay by the Kingsway player and Reece Holman. He brings the ball to the ground. Holman, second effort was okay. Outnumbered North Fremantle play. Very good by Palimbo. Chain of handball was okay on the left foot. Kicks the ball to the one-on-one. Just about taking a good mark there in Campbell Putland. He overran it. Kingsway can have a risky kick across the goal here. Could be in a bit of trouble if it stands up for North Fremantle, and it does. Kick around the corner. Could have done a lot more than that was Adam Feeney. And he's kicked that one out of bounds on the full. Once again, Brett had a lot more time than he thought than Feeney.
Yeah, he did. It was a really dangerous kick from the Kingsway defender to come to the sort of probably more scoring side. And, unfortunately for North Fremantle, Adam didn't do so well with the pill.
So Eccles lowers his eyes, good kick, finds his teammate there in Brodie Cole. Cole tucked away in the back pocket here for Kingsway. They started this third quarter well, kicking 2. The switch to the play was okay. And they can switch the play once again to finds Eccles. He sets the play up so well. James E. Eccles runs up on the left foot, kicks the ball down to the line. Tries to find the big ruckman there in Bestry. He brings the ball to the ground. Waters is over the contest. Cop one high, surely. Waters just picks him up, does the slam tackle on Palumbo. The World Championship Wrestling there. Just picked him up and dropped him like a bag of spuds.
Yeah, it was almost like one of those backward suplexes or something like that. It was pretty spectacular.
Well, Mario Malando, the World Championship
way
Wrestling.
before my time.
Sadly, I do remember it.
Umpire seen a player held when he didn't have it. It was the Kingsway player, and Reece Waters. He stood up this quarter. The dual premiership player for Subiaco. He decides to play on to Eccles. Takes one bounce. Takes another one to Eccles. Waiting for a player to come to me. Decides to kick the ball to the centre half forward position. Just about taking a good one-hander. Was firm up, but out-drove then by the North Fremantle back pocket player. Falls in the hand once again of Eccles. His head been very consistent again, James Eccles. Umpire's call played on. He's going to go to that left foot once again. And it's a pretty ordinary kick in the end. It's his opposition back player in Ben Ellsbury. Ellsbury one end and Eccles up the other. Kick around the corner by Andrew Stevens. Pretty ordinary really from there. And a pretty ordinary minute or so of play here at the moment.
Yeah, look, footy definitely wasn't the winner with that last minute of footy. But, you know, it's credit to Kingsway at the moment. They've really increased their pressure and making it a lot more even contest. North Freo, they're going to have to answer pretty quickly here and start getting a lot more cleaner ball.
So we've just gone 12 minutes of this third quarter. It's 8-5 to 5 with North Fremantle up by 3 goals. They push the ball forward to North Fremantle. Once again, numbers around the contest to Kingsway. Good second and third effort by Reece Holman. And the umpire, I think he's given it Holden the ball, or it's boundary line thrown. It's the latter. So boundary umpire's going to throw the ball in. Far side of Gil Fraser. We're starting to get very chilly here at the moment. Sitting this old-fashioned grandstand here at Gil Fraser Oval. They have it now. Well done through traffic. Palumbo was very good. Trying to burrow his way through a big pack there. Numbers around the contest here. Definitely come out more determined this quarter, Kingsway.
Yeah, stating the obvious, but in the next goal, huge in this contest. 4 goals or 2 goals makes a big difference.
Absolutely. It's a field umpire. It's going to throw the ball up. That's Carter. Brings the ball to the contest. Kingsway have numbers. Waters at the bottom of the pack once again. Umpire says give the ball to me. Gained about 2 metres forward of the attacking area for Kingsway. Field umpire throws the ball up once again. Ruckwork by Bestry was okay. Chain of handballs is even better by North Fremantle. And Andrew Stephen runs the ball outside. So it's just a bit of a stalemate at the moment by both sides, isn't it, Ward? It's just no easy kick out there at the moment.
No, look, that's right. And as Brett kind of alluded to before, this next goal is so important. So, you know, let's see who's able to break out of this, you know, stoppage and hopefully get a bit of forward play. Great tackle. Oh, no, he's called high tackle there by the Kingsway player.
So Jolie Palumbo, who's been outstanding. Palumbo switches the play and finds Matthew Hill. Hill can once again switch to and find his teammate there in Joshua Kuno. Kuno tucked in the half-back flank. He decides to switch it once again and finds Stephen by himself. Stephen can kick the ball down the far side, and good kick. And finds Mitchell Anderson. Anderson can chip the ball. Good hard running by Matthew Hill. He ran off Waters very well, did Hill. He decides to switch the play again and finds Joel Palumbo. Just chiseling the ball up, very good. North Fremantle, and then they can name and break, and they do through Ben Ellsbury. Goes straight down the corridor to the centre half forward position. Numbers around there, well done by the Kingsway defender. Chain of handballs, okay. Put his Eccles under all kinds of pressure. They have the numbers here. Falls in the hands of Jack Diggle. Handball by Dick was very good over Feeney. Troy Feeney from outside 40. And he shanked that ball on the far left, and once again should have done a lot more with that ball then.
It's a great build-up by North Fremantle, though. They just took their time. They got the footy into the right hands of Ellsbury, and then he launched from there.
Yeah, look, that was the North Freo that we probably saw from about the 10-minute mark of the first quarter there. Just precision of ball use, nice and patient, and almost got the reward there with Troy Feeney just kicking it to the left-hand side.
So Fairmark has it now for Kingsway. Great mark. This kid's been outstanding, Ben Ellsbury. Beautiful left foot kick. And finds his teammate there in Joshua Kuno. Kuno can switch the play once again. They're doing all this all afternoon, North Fremantle. Running hard to try to make a contest is Liam Porter. Good hard running by Porter. Just ran off his player from the Kingsway player, Jordan Bestry. He knew he had him for pace and kept running and received the ball very good was Porter. Decides to play on an ordinary kick in the end. Reece Holman does a smother.
A lot of uncontested marks on that far wing today for North Fremantle. They use that space really well.
Yeah, I've noticed they seem to come to this side of the ground quite a lot, but when they switch it back to the far side of the ground, the Kingsway players don't seem to roll across there quite as quickly. And that's where you're right. There's a lot of uncontested marks over that side.
So Kingsway trying to force the ball out, but North Fremantle stole it off the player there. Ball over the top was very good by Bestry. Ball's in the contest. Tackled by 2 or 3 players there. This player's in all kinds of trouble. Tell you what, he's done this fantastic kick from outside 40. I'll tell you what, a bit of an injury there, but it's a fantastic goal. The Canberra Butler, number 23 for North Fremantle. Really a goal against the tide for them because Kingsway have done all the attacking so far this quarter.
Yeah, sadly for Kingsway, did a lot of the play and a lot of great work early, and probably didn't capitalise as much as they would have liked. And as you said, against the flow, North Fremantle go forward and capitalise quickly and puts it out to a 4-goal margin.
Look, that was a pretty important goal in the state of play at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see if Kingsway can come back from that. But look, we're a bit of worry about the Kingsway player out on that far side as well. Appears to have done an ankle or a knee.
Yeah, knew straight away, didn't he, in that marking contest? See who the player is.
Yeah, I think it could be young Luke Halligan, but I'm not sure. Yeah, obviously facing the other way at the moment, but he definitely in a bit of pain as he's helped off by the water runner and the trainer, and unfortunately it's going to be a long walk right the way across the ground.
Yeah, worst part of our great game, isn't it, to see any player getting injured. Everyone does a lot of training and a lot of hard work to get themselves to game day, and it's unfortunate when any players get injured, no matter what age.
Just hope it's not Reece Waters, boys.
No, that's definitely
No,
not Reece
not
Waters, no.
That's good. Big loss for them, the Kingsway players. Definitely a right ankle or a right knee.
Yeah, North Freo reserves blokes getting stuck into him a little bit here. Unfortunately, their guy coming off with the ankle or knee.
Very sore there. It's another injury. Could be one of the an Islander boys.
No, number 18.
Jack Follett, sorry. Jackie Follett.
Getting a bit chirpy behind us, aren't they, Ward?
Yeah, don't mind a chat by the sounds of
They've
it.
had a few beers, boys. They've been in good paddocks. Good sponsored by the Carlton Draft. Shout out to them. Good ruck work in the middle of the ground by Flamingo. Reece Waters through traffic was fantastic. Throws the ball in his right boot. Spall was okay. Courage was even better by the Kingsway player in Halligan. The umpire says give the ball to me. Just on 19 minutes of this third quarter, North Fremantle are 9-6. Kingsway are 5-5. Ball done once again by Palumbo. He was good for North Fremantle. It's been good all afternoon. Socket off the ground was okay through Mulcahy. Oh, good contest. Good hard contest and tackle then by Reece Holman. Holds the player up. Then Feeney for North Fremantle just was breaking away from the contest. Is a good effort by Holman. So kick and a half out the goal for North Fremantle. Good ruck work taken then by Bestry on the right. Handles okay, falls in the hands of Chad Barnes. He kicks the ball to the half-forward flank. More kick more than 8. If it comes out here, Kingsway could be raised because all by himself on that far side is Rowan Brooks. Finally, he's got a team player on here now.
Yeah, his opponent took a risk and ran off him and probably had an impact in that ball going out of bounds. So, sometimes you've got to make courageous decisions, and he did then.
Certainly did. Special comments by Brett Mayo. Welcome addition to the radio commentary this season. Ruckwork's okay once again by Bestry. Brings the ball to the contest, trying to find Fermat. But the boundary umpire says give the ball to me. Another throw in. Counting down to the last 5 minutes now of this third quarter. It's 9-6 to 5-5. North Fremantle still in front. Boundary umpire throws the ball in. Fermat brings the ball to the ground. Good tackle then by Chad Barnes of Kingsway. And the ball once again is going nowhere.
Boys, just looking at the injury here with young Jack Fowler, it looks like they're, going around at the lower part of the leg there. So I don't know. I think it might be a bit higher up than an ankle, unfortunately, for the young fella.
Not a good sign. Free kick there to the North Fremantle player. Took himself under the contest. Took a lot of courage.
Ben Ellsbury again.
Yeah, he's been
outstanding.
To mine, played close to best on ground, I reckon, this kid.
Yeah, look, after especially in that second quarter and into this third, his intercept work and his kicking has been absolutely exceptional.
Even that courageous mark back into a pack then. Ellsbury over the top. Tries to find Perham. Good tackle by Waters. This could be holding the ball. Could be in trouble here. Umpire said give the benefit of the doubt.
Just all of a sudden, when we look at a contest, there's just more black and white Guernseys around than the green at the moment. So
yep.
just getting back on around the contest, getting greater numbers there again, North Fremantle.
So well done, chain of handball was very good. Falls in the hand of Feeney. Socked off the ground for Feeney was smart. Fell in the hand of Putland. Handball was okay by him. Quick off the hands to Putland. Tries to find just about a good courageous mark, then taken then by Reed Hinton. He's overran it. Kingsway have the numbers here. Hard running was okay. Fell in the hand there is Trey Kennedy. And well done by Matthew Hill. Through traffic was okay. The tackle was even better by the Kingsway defender. And good defensive mark been taken by Brodie Cole. Cole decides to play on, tries to find Chad Barnes or Halligan. As the latter receives, so Halligan lowers his eyes. Great kick, Halligan. Oh, dropped an easy mark then. It was Rowan Brooks. Had it before he spin it. But very lucky to get that kick. Tell you what, you eat those up, boys, a mark like that.
Yeah, you got to be taking those, don't you? But look, big opportunity for the captain now to get his team back in this contest. Still 4 goals the margin, and super important kick for Rowan Brooks here.
It's coming up to the 23-minute mark of the third quarter, so a very, very handy goal against the flow of play the last 4 or 5 minutes for Kingsway. They've come out firing this quarter. They've already kicked 3. This could be 4. Rowan Brooks from just side 50. That is an absolutely fantastic captain's goal by Rowan Brooks. That's his first, but more importantly, it is Kingsway's 6th. And they've had a very good quarter footy so far.
Yeah, geez, they needed that one, didn't they? North Freo only 1 goal on the board. Kingsway, as you mentioned, 3 goals. I think we're set up for a really strong last quarter here, boys. I think it's going to be an absolute ripper.
They've just... Like I think you called it before, Brett, they had the play for a while, didn't they? Said there's more numbers in the contest for North Fremantle, but Kingsway pushed it forward and got a lucky goal.
Yeah, as soon as I said it, Kingsway had the pill and scored. So it's been a real arm wrestle of a quarter. So the last 3 or 4 minutes are vital for both teams.
So middle of ground once again. Good knock by Watson. Hit his teammate there in Palumbo. He's handballed the ball over the cop to Feeney. The umpire says give the ball to me. Right in the middle of the ground once again.
Yeah, we haven't noticed as much of Nick Watson in this second half so far, have we, boys?
He's been pretty quiet, hasn't he, this third quarter? Just about a sling tackle who didn't have it as the ladder. And James Micro, the captain for North Fremantle, he's put on a serviceable game too, the captain. Right in the middle of Gil Fraser Lowe. He gains a few metres, kicks the ball to the centre half forward position, does Micro. Oh, there he is. Good mark. Campbell Putland. His nickname's Professor Putland. Well, there you go. He's taken a good mark there. The Professor. Cameron, the Professor Putland, he's kicked 1 in this third quarter. And can he put a Bunsen burner, the Professor, through this one and put it through for another goal?
Huge kick in the context of the game, isn't it?
Absolutely. Deliberate shot of goals here, Putland. He's about 35 metres out, directly in front. Tell you what, he's nailed it. The Professor from Gilligan's Isle, and he's kicked his second. And more importantly, he's kicked another good goal for North Fremantle. Just right coming on a 3-quarter time here. A good contested mark between the pack by the Professor and puts another goal on the board. And that's going to be, I think, the 3-quarter time score so far. Coming up to 25 minutes so far of this quarter.
wonderful pack mark and great finish. We mentioned earlier about Watson going a little bit quiet, and I think credit to the Bestry boys that really responded. I imagine they got a bit of a rev up at half time because the North Fremantle Talls were on top, but they've had a much better third quarter.
So just about 3/4 time here. Sure, the siren's going to go. There it is. So 3/4 time here at Gil Fraser Oval. North Fremantle 10-6. Kingsway 6-5 that quarter. North Fremantle kicked 2 and Kingsway kicked 3. Major goal scorers for each respective sides. North Fremantle both that quarter. Campbell, the Professor Putland, he's kicked 2. Single goal scorers to Flamingo, to Watson, to Morocco, to Hinton, to Mulcahy, to Perham, to Cooper and to Feeney. And Kingsway goal scorers both that quarter to Reece Waters has got 2 singles, to Halligan, to Jackson, to Brooks and to Furmack. Very interesting game there, Ward. The ebbs and flows. Kingsway slammed on a few goals, but then North Fremantle got the answers in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the quarter.
Yeah, that's right. They, Kingsway came out like the team that we saw at the beginning of the first quarter and started that third quarter really, really well. Able to get a couple of goals on nice and early. But then, as you mentioned, North Freo really started to get a little bit more control again. But look, I think we're still set up for a really good last quarter coming up. Brett, is your pick changed, or are you still happy with your North Freo at the moment? Do you reckon Kingsway have got it in them to come back?
Well, I'd be silly to change, I think, Ward. But you're right, Kingsway just started the third quarter a lot better than they had, and that second quarter is going to probably potentially come back to bite them, I feel. I think when you're 4 and a bit goals down at 3/4 time, you've only kicked 6, and some of the better players for North Fremantle are around the pill and across the half-back line, and they've got some dangerous forwards. I think we'll probably find that'll be a match-winning second quarter.
Absolutely. We'll take a break here from Gil Fraser Oval. 3/4 time it is. The home side, North Fremantle, 10-6. Kingsway, a 6-5. We'll come back for what should be a ripping last quarter. Welcome back to Gil Fraser Oval. Should be a ripping last quarter, this one. North Fremantle still in front by just over 4 goals. Kingsway have only kicked 6 so far, 3-quarter time. I think Brett off here to try then to kick another 5 in the last quarter. Could be a bridge too far, maybe.
Oh, perhaps. I think you both spoke earlier in the game about how strong Kingsway are, so we'll see how fit they are as well and see if they can run over the top. They are down a rotation, though, so that won't help.
Looks like they're throwing Chad Barnes in the midfield too. I think you picked that well too, Ward. So they're throwing the big guns in the midfield and Chad Barnes. Lachlan Ricketson in there as well, and also Waters for Kingsway, and the ruck's been left by Pestry. So got the big guns here at the moment. And starting the ruck work this time for North Fremantle's Dave Flamingo. So the field umpire's waiting for the siren to start. And there it is. So umpire throws the ball up. Last quarter, Brett Cameron Ward doing the calling for you. Thanks again for your company. Brings the border down, does Flamingo. His second effort by Flamingo as a ruckman was good. Falls in their hands of Benny Fraser. Fraser tried to find Perrin. Have the numbers around the contest here. Perrin just fell into his hands and he's kicked an outstanding goal. Jackie Perrin, what a start for North Fremantle.
Really good work by Ben Fraser in the middle, just top of the centre half forward area there. It was a 50-50 ball. And yeah, just to get it forward, and they've been dangerous deep forward all day, North Fremantle, and they cashed in again.
Yeah, they did, absolutely right. Look, Perrin probably hasn't been as influential as we thought today. He's been really well held, and some of the other forwards have obviously had a bit more influence, but look, 5-goal margin now, only a minute into this last quarter. Geez, it's going to be tough.
Flamingo, he was good, the old-fashioned ruckman, brought to the ball in the contest, and his second and third effort to push the ball forward. Very, very good effort. Yeah,
that's what you want out of a ruckman, isn't it? Yep. You just need that bash and crash.
Those big men, I think we've commented before, Flamingo to Watson, they've just been outstanding for North Fremantle.
Yeah, they've got both of them in the middle of the mound at the moment, so obviously they wanted a bit more physical presence around the pill.
So Reece Waters trying to push himself through the pack. Ball's going nowhere. A minute 15 so far, and a good early goal, North Fremantle. Through Jackie Perrin, who's kicked 2 goals so far, one in the first and one in this last quarter. Kingsway tackle was very good by Chad Barnes. The ball's going nowhere in the middle of the ground once again. The umpire's going to throw the ball up. Good ruck work. Then we'll give that one to Bestry. Hit off the ground by Halligan was very good. He caught one in the midriff too, did Halligan. Keep your eye on him there. He's struggling a bit there. Tries to find Eccles and or Reid. Eccles once again for Kingsway. Handball was okay to Reid. Reid went one way, went the other. Handball was okay. Brute strength was Reid, but he's turned the ball over. The numbers were with North Fremantle through Palumbo. He can ship the ball backwards, and it's a good one, and finds the big ruckman there, and Nicholas Watson. Watson can switch play and finds his teammate there, and Andrew Stephen. They set up so well behind the board in North Fremantle. Very well disciplined and well coached side they are through Shane Woden. Have it again, do North Fremantle. This is taking their play time and to kick the ball down the line. 2-on-1. Good use of the body by Palumbo. And that's a bit of a win there at the moment for North Fremantle. Every minute they take off this clock is a win.
Yeah, absolutely. There obviously wasn't a lot to kick to there, so look, just taking a little bit of time off the clock, and look, good body work there by Palumbo. Definitely a smaller man on the play that he was on.
He's had a good game too, Palumbo. Been very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Kingsway have the numbers here, but North Fremantle robbed the person off the ball and fell in the hands of Nicholas Watson around the corner. Von Watson was good. Tried to find Jackie Perrin, kept the ball in front of him, kick around the corner. It was okay, and this could be another one, and it is. Brady Cooper, the famous movie star in The Hangover, he's nailed his second, one in the second and one in the last. Once again, Perrin's attack on the footy there, Ward, was very good. Brought the ball to the contest, and front and centre was Cooper, and a clever kick around the goal.
Yeah, really good by Perrin there. His hands just to pick the ball up and then distribute to Cooper. Really, really good. 2 goals in quick succession for North Freo. 6 goals the margin now, Brett.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about him a lot today. Andrew Stephen across half-back, solid body, really experienced football. Has been a really steady influence from back half, and they've set up a lot of their play from the back half today, and they've gone to that far wing, and then they've counter-attacked from there.
He's got the footy smarts, hasn't he, Stephen? I reckon he knows where to go, and just like you said, sets the ball up, orchestrates a move off the half-back flank along with Ben Ellsbury. I tell you what, they're looking the goods at the moment, North Fremantle. They have the ball again. The chain of handball was okay, went backwards rather than forward through Kieran on the right. has a ball again. Fell on the hand of Matthew Hill. Hill on the right foot, trying to find the play. Kick the last goal was Cooper. Good spoil by Eccles over the top. Tries to find his teammate there in Reece Waters. He's overrun it. North Fremantle have the numbers, and this player's been everywhere. Palimbo through traffic was good. Handball over the top was by Mitchell Anderson. Anderson over the top, tried to find Watson. Went through his fingertips as Watson. Should have done a lot more with Watson, but he's had a fairly serviceable game at the moment, Watson. And 4:32. North Fremantle are 12-6, Kingsway are 6-5. North Fremantle are kicking to the left of the screen at the moment. They're bringing the ball to the contest. Reece Waters was good through traffic. Over Nylander. Nylander over the top, then to the captain and Rowan Brooks. Kicked the ball on the boot. Found his teammate over there. They take one bounce to Kingsway. Can kick the ball down the line. So a mongrel kick him by the Kingsway player. Sock it off the ground. It might be a clever goal. And I tell you what it is. Matt Jackson's pulled something out in nothing. Have kicked a fantastic goal. The mongrel punt forward by Kingsway, and Lux of Fortune Ward, and got an easy goal.
Yeah, geez, look, they really moved that ball pretty quickly out of there. Fermark ended up taking that smart mark, and then look, just wheeled inside and decided to go. Absolutely terrible kick, but lucky kick by Matty Jackson and kicking a well-needed goal, Brett.
Yeah, the chaos ball wins out. Sometimes you just need to give your forwards an opportunity one-on-one, and I think it was Matthew Jackson who was very clever there in the goal square to get his boot to it, and it brings him within 5 goals. Gives him some sort of chance early in the last quarter.
Absolutely. Still got plenty of time. Just gone 6 minutes of the last quarter. It's 12-6 to 7-5. North Fremantle still up by over 5 goals. So field umpire throws the ball up. Surely didn't have the footy. Umpire said yes, he did. Kingsway have the ball here. Didn't wait for the goal umpire's whistle then. Good spoil over the top by the Kingsway defender. They looked a bit more determined the last minute or so, Kingsway. I know the game's slipping away from it, so they're having a fair dinkum crack at the moment. But they still trail from over 5 goals. The major sponsors on the screen there for the North Fremantle Footy Club. Shout out to the major sponsors for them. And a big race night next week at the Footy Club. Get yourself down there at 7 o'clock. North Fremantle have the numbers here through Matthew Hill. Hill was good through traffic and opportunity to get a kick. He's been serviceable too, I think, Matty Hill.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, he's been one of their many ball winners in the middle of the ground that have had a fair bit of it today.
So Hill kicks the ball down the line. Oh! Just about taking a good mark was the Kingsway play. Need the poor dog play right in the head. Feel the back of the head. It's a good tackle. Kingsway have the numbers now there. Luke Halligan. Halligan go one way, goes the other on the left. And, should have taken a mark, that player in Jackson. He dropped it. North Fremantle have the numbers. Chad Barnes tackle and didn't have it. Sorry, was Fermark. Good contest by the defender there, North Fremantle. And well done to Joshua Kuno. And I tell you what, just about a good mark there by the Kingsway player, but he dropped it.
Yeah, absolute ripper there, and Nick Watson ended up copping a knee in the head there. He wasn't too wrapped when he came off. See if they'll patch him up now, but look, really good contest.
Pushing the back or didn't have it was the Kingsway player, and that's that player once again, Reece Waters. Get this, boys, and going back on.
Yeah, going back for his 3rd now, I think.
Yep, kicked 2 in the 3rd. They're dead right. Ward's going to up for his 3rd.
Puts it at a really interesting stage, doesn't it, if he can put this through, which you'd expect him to.
Yeah. So Reece Waters, it's only about 20 metres out, but he's taken a fairly long run up at the footy. Taking his time. He kicked that straight over the goal umpire's head for goal number 3 to Reece Waters. And more importantly, gives him another goal back now. Kingsway are now 8 goals 5. They only trail at the moment to North Fremantle 12-6.
Yeah, we're back to the 3/4 time margin. So, again, the next goal in this contest is huge. To give Kingsway a sniff, they need to probably kick the next 2 to really put some scoreboard pressure on North Fremantle then.
Definitely right, though. Still 16.5 minutes left in this quarter, though. So, look, plenty of time if Kingsway want it enough and they're able to, win the next couple of contests around the middle.
So, Flamingo doing the ruck work. He'll be rucking against Zachy Bestry for Kingsway. So there it is, the contest. Give that to Flamingo. A player who didn't help it was the North Fremantle player. The umpire saw that as well. So it'll be a kick to the North Fremantle player in Jackie Micro, the captain. He kicks the ball straight down the middle of the ground to the centre half forward position. Tries to take a big mark. It's a Professor in Putland. Handball over the top, around the corner. And I tell you what, he's kicked another good goal. Or is it a point?
I think it's hit the
It's a
post.
ladder. It's hit the pine. Good roving front and centre by Reed Hinton. And good other attack of the footy by the Professor in Campbell Putland.
Been really strong in that area today, the front and centres, the North Fremantle forward half.
They've been cooked. Kingsway just kicked the ball down the line. It's a great kick. Kingsway have the numbers. Good contest. Bestry had it and lost it. Should be holding the ball. Umpire said no, it didn't. Let you play on. So he's done all afternoon, the umpire. He's done a good job this afternoon. The boys in the green. Shout out to them. So umpire throws the ball up. Good knock by Bestry. Brings the ball, the contest for North Fremantle. Rove it through Brad Cooper, the superstar actor. Below his knees was good by Reed Hinton. Shows a bit of pace. Tries to find Perrin. And the Seagull. The Seagull's the winner. He flies over to get a chip. Got a few over here in the grandstand for us, courtesy of the North Fremantle Footy Club. Shout out to the canteen manager. Always looked after us here. The hospitality here by the club. Second to none. So boundary umpire throws the ball in. Standing his ground was very good by Flamingo. Throws the ball on his left foot. Reed leaves his play and takes a good mark. Decides to switch the play. It's a risky kick, but it comes off in the end to Bailey Nylander. As I said, the Twins have been fairly quiet for Kingsway so far today. Nylander. Oh, the top. Oh, he's just about taken a good mark, but got cleaned up. Trey Kennedy, good courage then by him. Umpire's call played on. Kicking the ball down the line and taking a good contested mark as Furmark. Furmark decides to play on. Kick out the side, good sprawl then. Roving off the top is the play there, Nick Nylander. Keep the ball in front of Nick Nylander. He's been okay. Handball, they've tried to find Reece Waters. They have the numbers here. They do North Fremantle. Eccles very good under pressure. Stood his ground, knew the contest was coming. But North Fremantle pushed the ball forward. There's Reed for Kingsway. And cheering up a bit of time are the North Fremantle Footy Club. They've just gone 11:33 in this last quarter. They still trail at the moment. Kingsway by just over 4 goals.
Yeah, look, Kingsway's still pushing pretty hard. Obviously, we saw the nice, strong contest there, and the players were pretty keen to get moving there. So, look, they really still want it, and look, the opportunity's there if they keep pushing.
There's Chad Barnes through. Traffic was good. He beat 2 players, did Barnes. Hitting on the contest like it's not holding the ball. Traffic was very good. Should be holding the ball, and it isn't. Umpire's call played on. Once again, North Fremantle were very good through numbers. A lot of players around the contest there. Very heated ball in there in the kitchen. And the umpire says, give the ball to me. Just on 40 metres out of the North Fremantle goal scoring opportunity area here. Umpire throws the ball up. Oh, through brute strength was very good. Handball over by Halligan was good. Cop one high. Surely was Halligan. And Luke Halligan is the opportunity to peg another goal back. And it'll be just over 3 goals.
Yeah, look, we've seen him kick one from about this spot early in the game, I believe. So, look, it's not without his reach, and bloody important kick in the contest of the game, Brett.
Yeah, it's a funny game. North Fremantle probably should have got a free kick through dropping the ball, and 30 seconds later, Kingsway get one. So let's see if he can capitalise.
So Luke Halligan, for just on 45, stays left, and that's all it takes. So it could be a mark right on the square, and I think it is by the big ruckman. And Jordan Bestry kicked around the goal, and he's kicked a goal.
Jeez, they were sleeping there, weren't they, the North Freo defenders?
North Fremantle defenders thought it was going to go through for a point. Tell you what, boys, it is game on here at the moment at Gil Fraser Oval.
It's extremely disappointing from a North Fremantle perspective. Guys 45 out and to have only 2 players back on the line, and Bestry out-muscled him and then got an easy snap round the corner. Yeah, it brings the game alive again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 12 minutes left, I think, Cam. So
plenty of time to go, isn't it? 12-7 and 9-5. So important centre clearance, this one for both sides. So it's Bestry versus Flamingo. Good knock by Bestry. His second effort of Bestry was good. Can handball over top for James Eccles. Caught it well as his non-preferred Eccles on his right. Didn't matter. The right foot was okay. Oh, good courageous attack of the footy by Matthew Hill. Only knew one way at the contest. Good tackle by Reece Waters. Courageous effort by the red-headed player for North Fremantle, Matty Hill.
Nearly the mark of the day. It was outstanding effort.
Yeah, we've seen a few boys flying hard at the contest today, haven't we?
A lot of courage here. Reece Waters again. He somehow tries to chisel the ball forward, gained a few meterage. Good tackle by the North Fremantle player there in Jack Micro. Umpire said it's held to him. The ball's going nowhere. Once again in the attacking area of the Kingsway Footy Club. We've had a good 5 or 6 minutes at the moment. Trailed by just over 3 goals. Handball was okay for North Fremantle. Pushed the ball forward. Chad Barnes hits the ball with a bit of vigour. Kicks it right to the point of the square. Oh, just about a good mark by Bestry. Brought the ball to the ground. Falls to the hand of Furmark, and Furmark's nailed another one.
Oh, the North Freo players are saying touch. We'll wait and see what the umpire has to say.
It's a goal. Another goal to Kingsway. Just pushing the ball forward by Chad Barnes. Put the ball on. Just about taking the good mark was Jordan Bestry. Once again, we keep saying front and centre all the time, don't we, Brett? And exactly what happened then, and another goal to Kingsway.
Yeah, disappointing for North Freo. The momentum has completely shifted in this contest, and if they can't get the footy forward, they're going to struggle for the rest of this quarter. Kingsway got their tails up and keep winning the centre clearances, once they get into the forward half, they're just fighting long enough to put some score on the board.
Look at this contest at the moment, just over 2 goals. You're dead right. Looks like North Fremantle can't buy a goal at the moment.
No, that's right. That's what we've mentioned before. Is we're forward of centre. Kingsway are really, really dangerous, and they're actually winning the middle at the moment, which is a massive issue for North Freo.
Forwards in hand once again in Kingsway. Cole Halligan just pushes the ball on the boot. It's ball over the top, but North Fremantle was very good. Having the contest, second effort was okay. This is better by North Fremantle, by Liam Porter. On his left, numbers once again are with Kingsway. Well done through traffic. Was very good by Kingsway by Ty Kennedy. Hitting the ball very hard. Got one in the midriff. Winded by an own ball. Off the ground was okay by Brodie Cole on his left. Point of the square was okay. Reece Waters, he's dangerous around here. So's Furmark. Oh, well done by the North Fremantle defender. Puts his head over the footy. Keeps it in play then by Palumbo. Tackle by Hing was fantastic by Matty Jackson. And he's given that hold in the ball. Defensive pressure by Matt Jackson was absolutely outstanding. He decides to kick the ball to the hops to try to find Furmark, and he marks! Class is coming to the top here, boys.
Oh, and 50.
And this
game has just turned on its head.
Absolutely. And it's just lucky he kicks the goal to Braden Furmark. But hats off to Matt Jackson. His defensive pressure in the forward pocket. That's why they got the goal, and a good, strongly contested mark by Braden Furmark. Been quiet all day, but his last quarter, Ward, he's come to life.
Yeah, he has. Look, he's still kicked 3 for the game so far, and he's looking like the dangerous option for, Kingsway going forward. Bestry's also very dangerous down there, and, look, 8-point margin now with probably 7 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, 17 minutes, they're dead right. 12-7 to 11-5. Game on. And they're doing all the attacking at the moment. What would you do? You throw play back?
Yeah, well, their wingman's gone straight to the half-back flank and obviously going to fall into the defensive part of the game, and they're going to try and clog up that area. It does free up the Kingsway wingman, though.
It's Adam Feeney gone back in the back line, least man in defence for North Fremantle.
I don't think they're going to be able to stop the momentum to have an extra man. They need to score themselves.
Yeah, they've got to attack, don't they? Don't defend, just attack.
And look, the player that's ended up loose, actually, he's now falled up, was Nick Nylander, I think it is, who started to be a bit more damaging in this last quarter. He's been very quiet so far, but he's not a player that you want with the footy in his hand.
2 players running hard in the contest was Troy Feeney for North Fremantle. Hit very heavily by Matt Jackson. Balls over the contest was okay. Players very sore there. Chad Barnes gets a kick on the ball, bring the ball forward. Furmark's behind his play. It didn't matter. He attacked the play. Good was Furmark. Around the corner was very good by Reece Holman, but out of bounds. That attack on those 2 players by Feeney for North Fremantle and Matt Jackson for Kingsway, that was unbelievable.
Oh, absolutely. With 6 minutes left in the game and the boys are still trying to run through each other. Look really good from both footy sides.
Absolutely. No easy kick out there, Brett. A bit like the days you're playing Cal, mate. You don't get an easy kick up in that league up there in the goalfields, mate.
No, that was great by both teams then. Really courageous footy, and there's a lot on the line. It's, as we just alluded to earlier, the positions on the ladder are vital for both. This game's vital for both teams.
Handball is okay to Kingsway. Kick the ball around the corner. Oh, just hey, good mark was Barnes. Good leap by him. Falls in the hand there of Feeney. Feeney on the right boot. Kingsway have it below his knee. Was very good. Halligan through traffic was awesome. On his left foot. Kicks the ball to the centre half forward position. Hitting the ball very hard was Bestry. Handball was okay. Had no one there running for him. So North Fremantle can get the ball and bring the ball forward. There's Reid. Reid decides to slam the ball on the boot. Gains a few metres from way outside 50. And a boundary line throw in. All the memento so far is Kingsway.
Yeah, Luke Halligan's been very, very good this quarter, hasn't he? Yeah, look, one of those just in and under little players, probably similar to the Palumbos and Diggles from North Freo. And he does like a little bit of niggle as well. So, look, he's the perfect player for Kingsway in this quarter. Zabestri
wins the ball in the contest. Running through was Feeney for North Fremantle. Kick around the corner. There's a minor point only to Firma.
Jeez, he's dangerous, isn't he?
Oh, geez, his last quarter's been unbelievable. So just on 20 minutes now, boys. It's 12-7 to 11-6.
Cam, who wins from here, mate?
Oh, just all the mementos with Kingsway, isn't it? Want the home side to win, but they just look like can't buy a goal at the moment. Oh, the big man takes a good mark. That was Putland. Handball was okay. He's been pretty quiet so far. Watson, he needs to get in the contest. This guy's been okay. Once again, the call head by Ben Elmsford, but he's turned the ball straight over and hit Ben Reid, lace up the opposition player. So Chopper Reid decides to switch the play. Good kick and finds Eccles. He's been outstanding, James Eccles. Lowers his eyes. Good kick to space.
Oh, good kick.
They're just running very well. Nick Nylander, handball over the top there to find Matt Jackson. He goes one way, goes the other. From outside 50, kicks the ball to the hot spot. Bit of talking here by both players and good mark by Nicholas Watson.
Problem is, all North Fremantle players are up here. If they get it to the wing, there's no one here to stop it. So it's hold on or they're going to get run over.
Yeah, they're playing that hold on kind of footy now, aren't they? They've backed themselves in. 4 minutes left to go. They're just trying to ice the game.
So tucked away in the back pocket here, North Fremantle kicking the ball right in front of the huddle here. And good ball over the top by the Kingsway defender there. And Trey Kennedy gains a few metres, did Kingsway. I tell you what, it's going to be a tense 2 or 3 minutes, I reckon, of this last quarter.
They really needed to get that over the boundary line, regroup on the half-back flank. Now they've allowed Kingsway to kick it back in the forward half where they've looked damaging all quarter.
So boundary umpire throws the ball in. It's a good one. Oh, Ruckwork was very good over the top by Bestry. Tried to find his teammate there in Lachlan Ricketts. He's had a fairly quiet game, has Ricketts. And tackled very well by the captain and Jack Micro. So field umpire said, give the ball to me. Bestry wins the ball once again. Bursting through the traffic was Waters, put his head over the foot, he ran hard at it. Halligan was good as well, as Brett said, he's had a good last quarter. Both those two midfielders have stepped up for Kingsway.
Controlled the whole quarter, really, haven't they? Since, after those first 2 goals from North Fremantle, it's just been one-way traffic.
Absolute. Bestry brings the ball to the contest, finds Matty Hill on the right. Very good was Matthew Hill. Tackles by Eccles was even better. Kingsway have the numbers, can draw a play over the top and fire. Trey Kennedy shows it, sells a bit of candy. He's gone from outside 50. Oh. And I tell you what, this could be his minor point.
Jeez.
Good effort by Trey Kennedy. 22.5 minutes, boys. Not too long to go now. 2.5 minutes to go. And there's exactly 1 kick in it. And Kingsway are doing all the attacking this quarter. Who would have doubted they kicked 5 in the last quarter? They've answered the critics, all us 3. They have kicked 5.
Oh, absolutely. We didn't see it coming, did we, after the footy that they'd put up? But it just shows how much of a dangerous side the Kingsway footy team is.
It's outnumbered 3-on-1. Ooh. They have the numbers there. They're out. Well done by Perrin. Perrin decides to kick the ball on his left, kicks the ball forward. There's no one there at all for either sides. Running on, showing a bit of pace. Good, courageous effort taken by the Kingsway player there. Brings the ball, but gained a few metres then. Just on 23 minutes.
Good effort by North Freo.
Absolutely, a good result by North Fremantle.
Just a couple of good one-on-one contests that they won. They're just a little bit harder for that split second, and now they've got it in their forward pocket. We'll obviously be looking to keep it there.
Throws the ball in. Over the top, good spoil. The 1% is why Matthew Hill was outstanding. Handball was good. Outside by number 1. I tell you what, he's kicked the goal of the day. Jolie Palumbo, unbelievable. Pressure personified. Bring it back 10 seconds earlier. Matthew Hill once again, well, 1%ers, didn't mark, brought the ball to the ground, and Joel Palumbo's kicked one out of his arse. It's a gripping goal.
Mate, absolute belter of a goal. 2 goals up now, 1 minute to go. Well done, North Freo. You iced the game, I reckon.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Brilliant effort, good coaching, and a fantastic exhibition of Australian rules footy down here at Gil Fraser over between both these sides. It's got to be one loser and one winner, and tell you what, it's been a ripping last quarter.
Yeah, they made the most of the opportunities this quarter, haven't they? Every time they've gone forward, which hasn't been often, they've scored.
It's the last 35 seconds of the game. Chad Barnes is over the contest. Handball over the top by Nylander. Handball was even better by him. Lachlan Ricketts was good. Barnes again, he's had a good last quarter as well. Chad Barnes, North Fremantle will have it. Just sock the ball off the ground, gains a few minutes. Could be in a bit of trouble here. Umpire says no, give the ball to me. So counting down now the last 30 seconds. It's going to be a very, very good victory here for North Fremantle. They'll be singing their song high and dry, and we're going to award the best player on the ground. That's a difficult pick now. Umpire throws the ball in. Off the ground was good by Diggle. Finds Jackie Perham. Perham went one way, went the other. Good through traffic. Had the handball, was okay to Palumbo. He's been good, Palumbo. And there it is. The siren has gone. Siren's gone. There it is. And it's been a fantastic effort by North Fremantle, who've won out victorious here. 13-7 to 11-7 for Kingsway. Major goal scorers for the North Fremantle. 2 goals to Campbell, the Professor, Putland. 2 goals to Brad Cooper and 2 goals to Jack Perham. Single goal scorers to Palumbo, to Feeney, to Mulcho, to Hinton, to Morocco, to Watson, Flamingo as well. And for Kingsway, 3 goals to Reece Waters, 3 goals to Braden Firma. Single goal scorers to Bestery, to Brooks, and 2 to Jackson and 1 to Halligan. I'll tell you what, boys, that last quarter, Kingsway slammed on 5. And North Fremantle slammed on through, so a very, very good 8 goals in the last quarter footy. Good effort.
Oh, mate, that's what you want to see, isn't it? We didn't know exactly where this game was going to go at three-quarter time. We were hoping that Kingsway were going to be able to come back. It didn't look good to start the quarter, but, geez, they put the afterburners on and gave us a really good contest. 2 goals in the end, but look, super game of Aussie rules footy, as you mentioned.
Now, very important here because we've got to give the best player on the ground who get the beanie and also the pair of thongs. And Brett, we're going to get you a go out in the ground. Now, who is it, boys?
Oh, tough call. Look, I'm probably starting to...
yeah, Jolie Palumbo, I reckon.
Yeah, look, that was probably the player I was leaning towards as well. Look, been super around the contest all day and kicked that really important goal right at the end just to ice the game for his team.
So Joel Palumbo wins the Dartfish beanie and the Archer thongs. We'll try to get down Tim onto the ground in a minute. We get you there, if you don't mind, Brett. Number 1 for the North Fremantle Footy Club is Joel Palumbo. He wins the Dartfish beanie and the Archie thongs, pair of thongs. So good effort by him as Brett goes down on the ground. So Ward, what a great game of footy.
Mate,
really good effort.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. Look, we've seen a few close games with Kingsway this year, and they, I think, unfortunately, they've probably gone the losing side of most of them so far. So that's going to be something they're going to need to work on. But full credit to North Freo. Look, excellent win for those boys, and super important in the context of the season.
So here's Brett. He's going to try to find the play of the ground as number 1, Jackie Palumbo, and there he is. Get in front of the crowd here. Jack Palumbo, the best player on the ground. He wins the Dartfish beanie and also the Archie thongs. Over to you, Brett.
Well, team, we've got Joel Palumbo here today. Outstanding effort. It was a great early contest. It was Kingsway really early, then you fought back, and then I think your work rate around the middle of the ground as a team probably got you the result in the end.
Yeah, I think Kingsway were terrific all day. They really came late in that last quarter, and credit to our boys, we held on, and thankfully I kicked that last goal late in the game. So
Cam may have called it goal out of your ass. I thought you kicked it out of the forward pocket. It was a wonderful effort today. You get the Dartfish beanie, the Archie thongs. Great team effort, and a really important win for you. Yeah,
really important win. We didn't start the season off too great, but I think we're really starting to find some form now. So really, really important win.
Congratulations. Enjoy your night.
Well done there. The best player on the ground, Joel Palumbo. He was outstanding. Front and centre the whole time. Head over the ball. A very good goal in that last quarter. He was one of the difference why they won the game. They were challenged all afternoon. Kingsway came back and very hard, didn't they, Ward, in the last quarter? but they just had all the answers in the last minute and a half.
Yeah, they did indeed. Look, those experienced players of Kingsway really started to try and jump into the contest towards the last part of that game there, but it was guys like Palumbo that really stepped up when it was needed, and a cracking game of footy and a great win by North Freo.
Absolutely. It's been a good afternoon down here at Gil Fraser over. A fantastic win by the home side. North Fremantle 13-7 to Kingsway 11-7. We'll be at the home of the Fremantle CBC Footy Club next week. Fremantle CBC versus Scarborough. My name's Cam Robbins, Ward Harris, Brett Moe. A welcome addition to the team, mate. Very good afternoon. Thanks very much, Ward. Thanks very much, Brett. Thanks very much, Jack, for the filming. Harley for the producing. It's good evening here from Gil Fraser Oval.